Hey.
I don't know what the hell's going on YouTube.
Well, remember a couple of weeks ago or whenever I told you you're feisty in the mornings. You are so feisty. I already see. You've already warned me. It's going to be spicy.
It
So
is.
y'all, my audience, if you're watching, warning, CJ is on it.
I don't know what the hell's going on YouTube. I really don't. What's up, D Marie? Ticket number 26. I really don't get it. I mean, I remember because even when we were watching the demo, we did the demo live. I even had to get on earlier than I was supposed to because the demo already started. We were doing it live. While we were doing it live, we saw the fucking green car drive up, and I said during my live, "Oh, hey guys, that's that green car that I parked next to the whole time. I was there." And then all of a sudden, later on that night, somebody's come, "Did you see so-and-so's video about the green car?" I'm like, "What are you talking about? It's somebody that lives there." And then another day, "Did you hear about this person talking? The green car it turns into white. It's what? Huh?" I'm like, "What the fuck is going on? This is somebody that lives there. Don't bother this poor lady." And then this morning, I come across the video about this suspicious green car, and I leave a comment on the video respectfully, and I said, "Hey, I was there from this date to this date, and I went there to collect photographs and footage. The green car is not suspicious. The person lived there." I mean, that's all I put. All of a sudden, my comments deleted and the live goes to a members only. What the fuck?
Look, some people don't want to hear the truth. I mean, honestly, they don't.
I didn't even say nothing mean. I was just like, "Yo, I was from here to here. I went here for this, and that car lives there." I mean, I don't what.
But you had the audacity to dispute stuff.
I was letting people understand what the realism is. We've heard of these people. We've got the Jermies, we got the fake BK calling into a show. These people's lives are affected in real fucking ways. And now, because people are talking about this green car being suspicious, my God, the poor lady didn't do fucking nothing but try to leave her fucking home during the time that there was a fucking demo, which is around 7:30 in the fucking morning, which is her probably having to go to work and be there by fucking 8. Like, what the fuck is so suspicious about that? And it's neon green, yo. It's not even a white fucking car. I don't understand. I don't get it.
I really don't.
It's as neon green as my fucking background. And that's white? What? Like, I don't understand. So, I figured I would show a couple things here real quick. I mean, shit, let's, just like the tunnels, just like the secret rooms. I mean, come on, y'all. Like, this goes to show you that CJ doesn't have to have a fucking degree to do shit when it comes to making fucking sense out of this shit, because for some reason the people that have fucking degrees is why we're talking about a green fucking car being suspicious. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I never got that. Like, I don't understand why that's suspicious.
Well, I don't know. You tell me, okay? I'm going to show you some things here real quick. I don't know why, but, why not? Let's just, if I want to sit there and respectfully comment, and then, okay. We've already did it on the live. I've already did it when I did my shows on location. We talked about the green car. We talked about the green car when I went through my footage. We talked about the green car most of the time whenever I'm talking about stuff, because a lot of the times you see the green car in the footage, and I've referenced the green car because the green car always parks next to the blue car. If you look up 1122 on Google Maps, you see a damn blue car. And that's
Yeah.
where I parked. And I'm talking about the green car all the time because the green car parked next to the fucking blue car. Like, I don't understand it. All right, we're gonna get to a couple things. Then we are going to then we're gonna get into the Q and A's. I thought we were gonna get into the Q and A's first, but nope. More green shit. Be right back. Oh my lord. I don't get it. StreamYard's bugging today, yo.
Is it? Mm.
Yeah, it is. All right. So this is from the live, all right? This is a picture, so I can zoom in for you, okay? Then I'm going to take you to the video of the demo when the demo was taking place. So see this car right here. See it? Now, when you're looking at another picture, you're going to see the car that's fucking right there, and you're going to see the car from a different angle, right? You see the green car? You see the green car?
Yeah.
This is suspicious, okay? Did anybody else notice this? Yeah, we did because we noticed it before the fucking demo even happened because I noticed it every time I was there when I was getting my footage. So yeah, we all noticed it, you know, even during the live stream because this is during the live stream. So, I'm going to go to the live stream. So we're going to go scroll down yonder, down over to day one demo. Okay, that's when it was live. I'm going to go. I even put a timestamp in the fucking comment of my own video. The green car is not suspicious. She lives at Queen Road apartment, and you just click on the timestamp and falls apart like this. Damn, that green car I always talked about that I parked next to, it's parking right there. Whoa! I'm sorry, what? Let me click that again. What'd you say, falls apart like this. Damn, that green car I always talked about that I parked next to, it's parking right there. Holy shit, that's so suspicious.
Oh my God.
That's so fucking suspicious.
I mean, obviously that person is guilty. You cannot drive a car like that and not be guilty, right?
That is so fucking. Did anybody else notice falls apart like this? Damn, that green car I always talked about that I parked next to, it's parking right there. Holy shit, did anybody else notice this? People, the neon green car is not white. The neon green car lives there. The neon green car parked there every fucking day that I was there. And the neon green car, a lady drives it. That's not male DNA, okay? That's not male DNA. Oh boy, what is going on YouTube, Silky?
Look, I don't know. I really don't. I can't fathom how the green car got involved in this. Okay, there's got to be. Is there something that we're missing, CJ?
Somebody thought it was suspicious, and I don't know what is so suspicious about somebody living in Queen Road apartments, parking their car in a parking lot, and then trying to leave because they have real life. Let's be honest. The whole neighborhood didn't get the day off because there was a demo. All right, people had to go to work. People had to do stuff. You know what I mean? People just didn't get to stay home because the demo was happening.
Yeah.
What is suspicious about that? And to sit there and make suspicion out of somebody that has nothing to do with this case and has nothing to do with this crime, and potentially then them end up like a Jeremy or a BK that called in to a show, my ass. Like to end up, this is real life. These people have real lives. And if you're sitting there, I mean, let's be honest, people, Moscow is not fucking big. And it's not hard to tell what green car is parked by fucking Queen Road. If you just drive back there, you'll see the damn car. And then who says this poor lady's not going to get harassed? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
When all she did was drive a goddamn green car and live at the fucking apartments.
I don't, I told you, I used to drive a car. I think mine was a little bit lighter than that and a little bit more metallic, but I used to drive a green car like that up until about 3 years ago. And I'm telling you what, I mean, it's normal, folks. Maybe it's not a normal color, but what? Yeah, I don't
I
know.
don't know. I don't know. Like, I don't understand. Like, you have to think, listen, you have to think. This is why I say you have to think below the surface. Because below the surface, before you even mention suspicious about this vehicle, you should automatically go, okay, this is a lady. What does this car really have to do with the crime, and what could happen as a cause and effect
Right.
from my voice and people trusting my suspicions?
Yeah, I want to know what if there is more to the story. If this, person
Nothing.
wanted, like,
Nothing. It went from one video of saying, "Hey, did you guys see this? How suspicious that is?" And then they showed a car driving by the fucking demo, and it was this green car. And then there was more people making videos about the green cars going, "Hey, did you guys see this video that we just saw?" Which is the first one that I mentioned. Yeah, they're talking. And then there's people coming in chat, "Hey, yo, did you see the green car? You guys got to watch the video." And I'm sitting there going, "Yo, I was talking about this green car when I was on location. What, like, get out of here." You know what I'm saying? And then I wake up this morning and somebody sends me an email and says, "Hey, you need to check out this video. This is more stuff about the green car." And then they're referencing the other videos about the green car. So then they're talking about how suspicious the green car is. And it's like, what is going on? And that's when I finally left a comment. And I was like, I went from I went there from 11/8/23 to 11/15/23. I was in the area for a week to collect photographs and footage of the scene, and the green car is not suspicious. That I said she lives at Queen Road Apartments, and that's all I wrote. And then that happened, and I'm like, you know what? I need to start my show with this shit, because this is just, you got one video and this video and this video referenced in this video because they said it was suspicious. And it's like, you know what? I need to show everybody there is no suspicion about it. Hell, I even said it on my live during the frickin' demo that it was the car when it was when they were like, way before they were like, "Hey, I was looking at this and I noticed this." Way before that, this is what I
part
said.
like this.
Damn, that green car I always talked about that I parked next to, it's parking right there.
Wow, it's a good thing you went, CJ. It really
what I'm
is.
saying?
I mean, I'm thinking, okay, this lady, you said it's a lady that drives the car. Now,
Yeah.
she chose a bright green car, which tells me that probably she is a little bit of a creative and fun personality. I like to think, like I said, I had a green car like that. I mean, she's just trying to live her life, parking at the apartments,
She
having
didn't do
fun in her
anything.
car. Yeah. So, and now she's got the whole internet, all these web sleuths. Like, oh my god,
Right.
can you imagine?
And you know the fucking nutballs out there. I mean,
Yes.
hell, when the case first happened and Jeremy was getting falsely accused because he was a little social awkward in front of a camera because that morning four people just got unalived right down the street from him. Of course he's going to be acting freaking weird.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, the dude can't even walk nowhere without carrying a damn weapon because people are harassing him so bad because people on fucking YouTube are saying that he's suspicious as fuck. And
I
that's
mean,
what I'm saying about this lady right here. You know, you got some dude that calls into a talk show. He's had a few drinks. He called into a talk show and he was talking some crazy shit, but he kept reiterating during that conversation that the stuff that he was talking about took place 10 or 15 years ago, and the dude that's hosting the show is manipulating it like, "Oh, dude, you were there? That's
yeah,
what they were talking like it was right then." And then made that poor guy have a freaking go through crazy depression and all sorts of shit. And it's like, this is real people's lives. Before we're
yeah,
gonna sit here, you know, we have people, like I always say to you guys when I say, you guys don't go to mainstream media, you guys come to YouTube because you trust us. You trust us. What would fucking happen if somebody on MSM said, "Hey, look at this green car, it's fucking suspicious"? And then all of a sudden, because it's Moscow and only under 30,000 people live there, and you got web sleuths that are going there, and they want to drive up there and see what the fuck is up with this green car. I wonder who's driving it. And they're going to stake out the fucking green car, and they're going to fucking harass the person in the green car. And then
exactly.
next thing you know, the lady that had nothing to do with it, that was just going to work, because if you've been in the area, hell, if you watched any of the videos of people driving into Queen Road Apartments, you know the only exit out of that damn parking lot right there is to go next to the demo.
You know,
And there's videos of people driving through the motherfucker to show you. All the cars are parked this way. Only one car can fit through. You go around. This is how people fucking leave. I mean, it's been around for a year. There's nothing. So this poor lady, I hope and pray, because this is why I've been saying anytime somebody comes in the last few days about this, the last week about this green car, that's why I keep saying over and over, the green car, there's nothing suspicious about it. A lady is driving it. They live at Queen Road. Please stop talking about the green car. I keep saying it over and over because I would hate to see something happen to this lady. And I'm so glad I was there to get footage of this lady's car sitting there every freaking night. And I'm so glad I was there to notice that that person lived there. I'm so glad I was there one night to be parked there and watch the lady pull up next to me and park and go home to Queen Road Apartments. Because if I wasn't, then who knows what would be going on right now about this green
yeah.
car? And who knows what would be happening to this lady?
It's terrifying, CJ. I mean, we know as creators, we get all kind of threats and all kind of, whatevers, and we have to watch our backs. This woman is literally not doing anything wrong, and we
No.
know the nut jobs that are out there that could be stalking, and God forbid that something happens to her because, a few creators want to get on there and say this is suspicious. I mean, that's
When
dangerous. Even if you think it is suspicious, you need to present facts first of all.
it's
Facts,
right here.
not
Look,
fear
look.
based.
This is how, listen, people, this is how dark this fucking parking lot is back there where this green car parks to go home. You know
Jeez.
how much I've talked to you guys about the person that could have sat here and creeped the fucking girls and nobody would have noticed shit? That same person could sit in the same parking lot and be creeping on the person in that green car, yo. Like,
Yeah.
what is wrong? This
You know,
is somebody
it's
else's
for
real
views.
life.
It's for views, CJ. They don't care. They're doing
This is
stuff for
somebody else's real life.
yeah.
This is why I'm so passionate this morning, because this poor lady, I hope nothing happens to this lady. Just like Jeremy and fake BK call.
Yeah.
And if you don't know what they went through, look it up on YouTube and you can see. It's horrible. And for anybody to have to go through that shit when they didn't do nothing wrong is reckless. This is how dark it is back there, people. I've done showing this shit since I've been on location damn near 2 months. I'm sorry I'm not big enough for you to see my footage, but somebody else that had footage and has half a dash, maybe it blocked it. Maybe they weren't maybe they because they only went there one fucking time. I went there 7 days. Sorry I'm not big enough for you all to fucking notice about the green car in the first place before the demo even happened, because if you would have, then maybe you would have heard this. Maybe you
But
would have heard this part, right?
your
Falls apart like
intuition
this.
is
Damn, that green
crazy.
car I always talked about would've that I heard that. parked next to, it's parking
Mhm.
right there. Yeah, sorry my voice isn't big enough for you to have heard that already. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you know what? Your intuition about what you need to be doing and where you need to be going and what time, it's flawless, CJ, flawless, because you were there just a few weeks ago, right before all this nonsense. I mean, imagine if you hadn't gone. What would they be saying? There'd be nobody to refute.
Speaking of intuition, Silky, the only reason I went there when I did was because on October 31st, when we found out the FBI showed up, that same fucking night, I'm going, yo, guys, they're going to demo the damn day on a day that they connected BK to the crime, and they're going to have this thing demoed in a month. I'm like, I don't give a fuck if I'm afraid of flying. Yo, I was on I'm afraid of fucking flying, people. And I was on 4 different fucking planes for 2 full days to get there because I knew the demo was going to happen 2 months before the fucking demo happened. And I knew when it was going to fucking happen. And that's the only reason why I went there.
Wow.
I'm glad that I have the opportunity to diffuse any of this fucking bullshit coming out about this green car, because I hope that whatever it is I hope nothing happens to this. I swear I hope nothing happens to this lady. And I'm so glad that I was there so I could say this shit to diffuse all this shit about this green car. People, stop talking about the green car. Nothing is suspicious about it.
Yeah.
They didn't do anything wrong. They weren't part of the crime. They were just living at the damn apartments.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
It's so dangerous, man. This is real life. This is real life. And when we have these voices, they don't trust MSM. They trust us.
Right. But a lot of creators take advantage of that, CJ, and they just put out whatever is going to get them the views or whatever new, especially when there's not breaking news, like there's not every day in a lot of these cases. But you got to put something out there, and let's put something shocking. Let's do something that's going to get a big reaction, whether we think it's true or not. But yeah, you're messing with other people's lives and security. So, as a creator, you ought to have enough about yourself morally to, know your facts, or at least be able to present something about other than, oh, look at that car, Well,
you know what, and this is what doesn't make sense is you look at, and I'm not saying that my voice isn't that big. You know what I mean? My community, I love my community. My community's strong, and we all know it, but when you're looking at the analytics, when you're looking at how many views and subs they all have with all these different channels compared to me, don't you think I would be the one that would be doing this shit to get views and clicks, right? Because I'm trying, but no.
You're not that kind of person.
No, that's what this community is. I'm not gonna sit there. Listen, I told you guys for fucking weeks that we could be talking about this private driver, you guys, and you hear all this other shit, because we were talking about the private driver weeks ago. You hear all this other shit about the private driver coming out. It's shit that I've already known, but it's shit that I didn't even want to discuss, and I still haven't even discussed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I've been looking into that myself a little bit.
Not that I'm not gonna, because the more that's coming out, it's like, okay, like I'm I'm not gonna sit there and be this channel that's gonna create fucking shit like that. And when I'm getting shit like this and I'm researching the private driver and I'm like, damn, the first, like, one of the nights we were showing all of the posts that he had up about the sharp stuff, and that was a while back. And and we start digging in more, me and the team, we start digging in more, and we're finding out more stuff. And it's like, yeah, this guy, but at the same time, I'm like, look, I'm thinking about Jeremy. I'm thinking about fake BK. I'm like, look, I need more.
Right.
I'm not saying it's not suspicious. I done showed the fucking sharp shit, but
Hmm.
I need more because of the Jermies and the fake BK caller and the green cars, because I don't want to be that person that passes that kind of energy to another soul on this planet. I don't want to do that, and that's why I don't talk about certain things sometimes.
Right. I'm the same way on my channel, CJ. There's a lot of stuff I know. There's a lot of information, but I'm not going to put out there because you and I both believe in integrity rather than views. And there are things that I won't say unless I have actual facts, not just a text, a supposed text between people, because I don't know if that's real. Just like you don't know if callers are real, what all the crap. But it's about integrity, and it's about protecting the innocent. Now, if they're
That's
proven
what we're
not to be
doing it for,
innocent,
right?
yeah. And if
That's what we're
you
doing it
prove
for.
that they're not innocent, then sure. But right now, like, my God, don't ruin somebody's life over.
It's not a big parking lot. It's not a big parking lot. And like I said before, this is how dark it is back there, and it's a female, you guys. Come on, man. What the fuck are you guys doing? You know what I'm saying? Let's put a female in danger in a dark ass parking lot because she was leaving to go to work one morning and there was a fucking demo. Let's be real. There's nutballs out there. Memory, thank you for joining the show. Appreciate you. When I was out there for the week, nobody did call the police, and even like I was telling people, and I've been telling people since I was on location, when I'm sitting there, and like I even brought up earlier, there was one night that the person in the green car, I'm just going to say person in the green car, came home and parked right next to me. And literally, while I'm sitting in my car or my SUV, I'm sitting in my SUV because I'm getting this footage right here. Okay. I'm getting this footage. I'm like, oh shit. I know what you're saying, Memory. I'm like, oh my gosh, I hope nobody calls the cops on me because I'm sitting here in the back parking lot. It's like late as fucking shit, you know, because I wanted to get a shot of the property at night to show everybody how dark it was back there. And she didn't even bat an eye. The lady in the green car didn't even cast suspicion on me, people. Okay? This lady had this poor lady. I hope nothing. No, nobody called anybody. And actually, Memory, I did a video, a live a couple days ago where I went through a lot of the footage, and even some of the stuff I hadn't shown to any of the community before then. And uh, there was a couple parts that you'll see. I was even pulling up next to agents because on October 31st, the FBI showed up. Everybody remembers to do the scans and everything again. Okay. And so that's the night, the night that I was like, fuck, they're going to demo this.
Mhm.
They're going to demo this during the 27th, 28th, 29th, or 30th. That's when they're going to demo it. And I'm like, in my mind, in my heart, I'm like, yeah, it's gonna happen. I need to do this shit now, because what the hell is this footage gonna be? What the hell is this footage gonna be if that house isn't sitting back there, right? So I said, fuck my fears of being thousands of feet in the air, which I'm not even comfortable with because I don't even like being fucking 5 stories high in the air. Okay.
I love to fly. Love it.
And you know what? I was terrified, but you know what? I said, fuck this shit. I got to do this. I got to do this. I got to be able to show people. And that's what I did. And that lady never cast suspicion, never had anybody cast suspicion on me. There was a couple times I did get some threats before I got there. Um, but I blended in pretty well. And also, just at the vigil, when I was leaving the vigil, that's when some weird shit was happening. But other than that, it was nothing but love. And both Washington State University and University of Idaho communities shout out because they're beautiful people. Even the people that work at the local markets and stuff, beautiful people, beautiful people. Shout out to them. Washington State, though, I'm just gonna say that's why I like wearing my Washington State University hoodie so much. The students over there, man, those guys were just chill as hell and just down to earth. Down to earth is. I just shout out to them. This case drives people that aren't normally crazy. I watched a video that someone put out saying a mountain lion went into the house. People, a mountain lion now? What the hell? I'm glad that I really am. I'm glad there's just a couple channels that I watch, and other than that, I'm sucked into my own work for the show because I'm glad that I don't have to be exposed to shit like this, honestly. You know what I'm saying? I'm green cars and mountain lions. I'm tunnels and fucking secret doors. What is 20? I thought this was 2024. I thought we
Right.
were.
Uh,
What
well,
the hell?
I've said, because I cover Delphi, and I've said before, there's so many theories and so much craziness out there that if somebody said a Sasquatch came out of the woods and got the girls, I would, it would just be another thing. But actually, for somebody to just say mountain lion, like, come on,
I don't
not gonna.
even know. I honestly I am terrified of fucking planes. That's why everybody knows that anybody that knows me personally knows I drive every fucking where I go, and I love driving because I love the open road, and I'm able to drive 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 fucking hours, no problem. I was going to drive to Idaho, but when it was a last minute fucking shit. Well, you know what? It is Idaho. It is middle November. I don't know what's going to happen with the weather, and I certainly don't want to be stranded in some snowstorm in some
Yeah.
area I don't even know nothing about. So I was like, I'm just going to have to suck it up, buck it up, pack it up, and fly over there. And,
I
for
love
real.
flying so much, CJ. You want to know something? I'll tell you a secret. I
Good
have
Lord.
wing walked.
A what? You
I
have
have
what?
wing walked. Where they strap you to the top of a biplane, and you're just there. Out and yeah, I did that a long time ago.
Okay, Silky. What the hell made you want to even do that in the first place?
Okay, now my dad used to go. We used to go on family vacations to the EAA. It's like an international fly-in in Oshkosh, Wisconsin.
Oh, okay. Oshkosh, Wisconsin.
Yeah, my dad was really big into planes. So from the time I was a little girl, I would watch the air shows, and I would watch, the older biplanes. They have the two wings, and I would watch the wing walkers. I would watch the aerobatic, shows and stuff. And so when I had just graduated from high school, and my dad was living up there and working for EAA, and so long story short, okay, long story short, I got to wing walk as part of the air show because I was a newbie, and there were some other factors too. But and then I also got to ride with one of the world champion
Ooh.
aerobatic guys, and we did all the barrel rolls and the flips and all the stuff.
While you
He
were on the wing or inside the plane?
No, you can't do that on the wing. Well, yeah, you can't really do that on the wing, but no, in
Oh my
with a different
gosh.
with a
You're out of your
different
you're out of
aerobatic
your
guy.
damn mind. You're out of
I
your
loved
damn
it.
mind, Silky.
Wing walking was one of the highlights of my life. I loved it, and I don't even know if I was 18 at the time. I was young.
Well, I'm glad that you made it out of it and because then we wouldn't have had Silky Southern Tea on YouTube. So
True. I'd do it
what the
again.
hell? What would? Yeah, right, Lynn. I am not wing walking. Hell no. You damn
Oh,
straight. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, are you what? What
well,
even made you want? What
yeah,
even made you want?
it looked like fun. Watched the air show for so many years, and I was like, the women, the girls would be up there on the top wing, waving and everything, and they would go through the air show, and I'm like, that looks like so much fun. And I tell you what, it has the steerman, which is just the pole that goes from the middle, and you have a belt. You have two belts on, one to the pole and one to the plane, in case the steerman breaks. You would still be hanging from the plane, but the propeller is just a few feet in front of you. So,
Right?
yeah, but it was just amazing fun.
Oh, look at this real quick. I got to share this. Somebody asks a question here. It says, let's ask the community. Somebody's asking a question. They says, I haven't seen anyone talking about a green car, just you laughing. Not sure what got you so riled up. I don't know, Stormos. Maybe because you haven't been on YouTube the last week, but it's okay because it is a holiday, It was a holiday, so. But Stormos, do your rounds on YouTube. Just do
Yeah,
your rounds. You'll see. Trust me.
it's been
But it's
there.
okay. It's okay. It was a holiday. It's okay. Shout out Stormos.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it a few. Of course, I've seen you reference it, but I've seen it a couple of places, and I'm very picky.
Everybody here's seen it. I mean,
Yeah,
shit. Hell, we had people coming in the next day when we were talking. We had people coming in the next day when we were talking about the demo. And they were like, "Did you see this video about the green car?" And that's when I was like, "What? What is this video about? Why is somebody making a video about a green car?" So then I went and saw the video about the green car, and then I just didn't say nothing. And then I figured, well, I should this morning because shit, there's multiple videos about it by now. Multiple videos about it. People keep talking about it. Hell, I just made a kind gestured comment about how the green car wasn't suspicious to try and stop the speculation even more, and that was changed up to a members only.
yeah,
So I mean, I don't know, Stormos. Go stroll through. Take the day. Go stroll through YouTube. Take the day. Go stroll through YouTube, and I'm sure you'll find it. Because everybody here knows what I'm talking about. Hell, they've
yeah.
all know what I'm talking about since somebody came in and said something.
You got to be
Uh,
very careful when you're watching
you
YouTube. You know?
cooking shows. You know what I'm saying? Cooking shows, right? I'm gonna keep repeating it. I'm gonna
Yeah.
keep repeating it.
Stick to
Cooking
cooking.
shows. Cooking shows. All
Mm,
right. All right. So if you want to check out that episode when we were talking about the green car, I will put the link in
great.
chat. Yeah, if you want to see, if you want to see it for yourself, I figure I'd show you a little something too. Here's the link to this. Again, you can go to my comment. It says the green car is not suspicious. You just click on that time. Falls apart like this. Damn, that green car I always talked about that I parked next to, it's parking right there. Yeah, you just click on that little timestamp. It'll take you right to it, and you'll hear us talking about it. That is live when we were watching the demo live. That is a live comment. And also, by the way, when we are backing out of here, this is another time we see the green car. So since I'm already on this, because I wanted to show you guys how dangerous that parking lot is and was already before the crime took place at 1122, and considering how dangerous it was back then when there was lighting on the house, and how even more dangerous it is since there isn't lighting on the house, which you can see now, I think it's very important to help people understand how dangerous of a situation you could be putting this person that owns the green car in.
Exactly.
So I'm going to go ahead and use this footage, and I'm going to wait for the vehicle to back up, and you're going to see, oh my gosh, the green car that was there before the demo. Just look at how dark it is, people. Very dangerous.
And it wouldn't bother me, CJ, if people just wanted to make videos with theories just to get clicks or whatever. You know, that would be fine if it wasn't potentially endangering an actual human, you know?
I don't know. Watch, you're gonna see it.
Yep.
See, and you don't see a half a dash in your screen either. See, look.
You got it going good.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
It's a green car.
Oh my gosh!
That's got to be suspicious, right?
Oh, completely.
Only an unaliver or somebody complicit would drive a car that color.
Oh my gosh!
Because, you know, you go under the radar so easy in a car like that.
I know. Shout out Stormos. Do a little bit of strolling on YouTube, buddy. It's crazy how many channels the green car was mentioned, right, Aaliyah?
Green cilantris.
And oh my gosh, look, guys. It's a video at night. It doesn't turn white. Oh my gosh. There was another video about how it turns white when it's at night. Oh, really?
What?
Oh, really? Oh, really? What's up, Mr. Morgan? How are you? Ticket number 46.
What is that car? Is that a Ford? Or is that I can't tell from the emblem on the back.
Let me zoom in full screen. It looks like a Ford or, wait a minute. No, that looks like a Hyundai.
Okay.
It's got that kind of logo on it. So it's not a Ford because the inside would be dark. So it's got to be a Hyundai because they have those curly taillights and headlights.
I was just trying to figure out if it was the same as I had a Fiesta.
Or Scion, yeah.
Color.
A Scion.
Scion, huh?
It could be a Scion. Yeah, it's a logo that's all chrome and like a oval. But I don't know. I don't have a degree, so I can't answer that.
What? You don't have a degree? What are you doing on YouTube?
I can't answer that correctly. Okay. Number 47, Dog Fan. Thank you for hopping in. I'll be sending the recent coffee cup winners. I'll be sending you your coffee cup pictures here soon, and then you can let me know if it's a go. And then the other coffee cups, I'm thinking it's because of the holidays or something, but those should be coming probably within a week, I'd imagine. With the Yoli, if you're in chat, that one might be a little bit longer just because it's across the country, but I don't think it would be too much. I don't know. I mean, hell, we've been coming out with this crazy shit every show. I didn't have to go to school for it. Look, I didn't have to go to school for this. This is not a suspicious card, okay?
No.
All right, we're done. And even at nighttime, it's green. It doesn't turn white. We're good. We're good. Can we stop, doing shows about calling spirits to find out what the hell's going on with the green car and why it's suspicious? Could we stop doing this shit, please? All right, we're done. we covered it. All right, I'm done with it. If you want to see more, here's the link to my real footage exactly 1 year from the crime live stream where we spent the first 1 hour talking case chat and the last 5 hours going through different parts of footage. So if you want to see a whole bunch more footage that's real shit like this, then click on that link. I have it in the timestamps. We go through a bunch. Like I said, a lot of stuff that we didn't even go through with the community since my trip. I was showing some stuff too, so definitely hit that link and go check it out if you're interested in that. All right, so we were talking. What we've been doing is we've been covering press conference Q&As from the Moscow PD, the Idaho State Police, and anybody else that is part of their little crew, whether it's the president of the university, the student counselor, and I don't even know. I can't remember what Demon Lady does at the school, but Demon Lady. So any of those people are we're kind of like watching the Q&As now. Everybody, they've been asking me for a long time to go over these press conferences, and I kind of was always hesitant because I was like, well, they're prepared statements that you're not, they can lie to you at a press conference. They can say something exists. They can say something doesn't. You know what I mean? Like they can say whatever. So I always was like hesitant to do it because I'm like, what are you really going to find out from prepared statements that they've been practicing in front of a mirror with a clip-on tie,
Right.
So you're really not. But then as they've been asked, they keep asking me, and I'm like, well, you know what? How about we do this? And I was like, how about we just listen to the Q&As, because those are when they're not prepared and they don't know the questions that are coming and they haven't practiced the answer or statement for the question that they're being asked. So it's almost like a live lie detector, right? Because you get to see their natural reactions, where they fumble, where they kind of do body movements that give telltale signs, and even their nonchalantness or their evasive answering of questions. So we've been covering. There was a whole bunch. We started off. There was the first one. Now this is crazy, Silky, and I got to ask you this since you're joining us. This is the part 4. We're going to be covering some in December now. We covered the first 3 in the first 3 parts. We covered the first press conference, the second press conference, and the third press conference, and they all were a couple days after one another. So the first one, and I want to ask you this: it's with all these other cases and all these other true crime topics that you cover. And by the way, if you're not sub to Silky Southern Tea, definitely go sub to her. She's got a great channel over there and covers a lot of different cases. Have you ever heard of a press conference for this kind of crime or any crime happening 3 days after the crime was committed? I just
No,
want to ask you that first.
no. You have something when it breaks. I mean, or at least within 24 hours. Usually you have a statement or something, especially in a small community where people are afraid and you've had this horrendous crime. You even, just make some kind of acknowledgement or something, even, this has happened, we're on it, whatever. And then maybe wait 24 hours if you want to have a bigger press conference. But you usually always address the public when you have a public threat. That's my experience.
Somebody does. Even if the chief is in some log cabin in the mountains where there's no cell phone reception and nobody can reach him unless they drive multiple hours to get up the mountain to go get him, which is
Mhm.
beautiful over there, by the way. Somebody does. Somebody does. Whether it's an officer, a lead person. I mean, hell, we had there was so many people standing there just sitting there on the phone. You had Lanier, one of the head lead guys, standing there talking on the phone. Nobody was hearing anything. The
Right.
crazy part is as we're getting into the Steve Consalvis, Kaylee Consalvis was one of the victims, and the dad and the mom have been very outspoken when it comes to information, stuff that they found out. We've been getting into their key interviews. Also, we've been doing a multi-part episode, and we'll be having that one tonight, a part 3, where we're going into key interviews from the family. And they're the ones that were pretty much, I don't know, in my opinion, the more that we're getting into these key interviews, they're the ones that weren't being told anything, and they were the ones telling the investigators everything, and they were the ones, in my opinion, that were probably handling a lot of the investigation when it came to the shit that was coming out. Because a lot of the stuff that LE was even coming out with wasn't even real or true, because they were coming out with footage or this or that, or records to show, grub truck video, different things to show that this timeline that they were talking about didn't exist. That's why their timeline changed from 3 to 4 to 4 to 425. So it I don't know. There's just so many things going on that
Yeah.
it's and they weren't even told anything.
Well,
Like
I mean, that's the reason that you have a press
multiple hours.
conference, you know, because you have a community, and if you don't have a press conference quickly, you have everybody and their mama calling the police department. Hey, what's going on? Should we be afraid? Do we need to stay in the house? Because they have to address it to at least say something to the public.
They addressed it on social media.
But
So
that's
the family, so the family states that around, now this is the timeline, okay, that we know of so far. This is confirmed shit. Now the family states that they were watching football around 1ish, and that's when they got a call from a family member that there was news that their daughter Kaylee had passed away, and that somebody had came in and shot the place up. Now this was around 1ish, quoting Christy. Okay, then between 1 and 1:30ish, she's calling Kaylee, which is her daughter. She's calling Maddie, which is the girl she was on Alive next to, her best friend. No answer. She's calling Kaylee's ex-boyfriend, who also lives right down their street. No answer. She's not getting any answers. Then the University of Idaho comes out with a vandal alert stating that there was a crime that took place, that students were involved, and that there is a shelter in place, which means that if they were eating tacos for fucking lunch, they had to sit there and not move nowhere. Then MPD makes a statement 2 hours and something later, letting the community know that the house was a target and that the community has nothing to worry about. That was their statement. And then they didn't have a press conference until 3 days later. And then that press conference, when people are asking them questions, check out the part 1, everybody. When even part 2, it's the same damn press conference. They're not answering shit. All they're saying is, we're keeping it close. We're looking at all the information. We're trying to determine what fits. Da 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 da. The community. Hey, how can you tell us that? What's the reason that the community's safe? Don't want to answer. Don't have any. Listen, we need everybody to remain vigilant and be aware. And da 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 da. Like, it was just the same old shit. Now, there was a couple times where he did admit, well, I probably, like the first conference, he stopped himself in a mid sentence answering a question and was like, well, I know that I probably should have had this a couple days ago. He admits shit like, yeah, I'm fucking up, and the next press conference and the next one is just like, people are asking really good questions and they're just giving you the same, well, we're just trying to take the totality of the situation, investigate all of the information. It's so.
I mean, I understand they can't give you all the details. They don't even have anybody in custody. I understand keeping things, close to the vest, but to say from the very beginning that it was targeted and there's no threat to anybody, BS.
How could there not be when you don't
Right.
even know how the person left the property.
Right. You
You know,
don't know.
listen, if you know the dude walked out the sliding glass door, all right, boys. At least everybody that's down. I'm trying to remember the direction because I get thrown off when I'm like trying to get my compass on over in that fucking place because it was so. Oh my gosh, it got so confusing. It'd be like, hey, boys, we know that everybody that lives towards Pullman is safe because the guy left outside. He left this way, you
Yeah.
know? So everybody this way, you guys are safe. Like, how do you know that the community is safe? How do you know that any of the community is safe, especially later that night? Because you don't know if that guy's coming back out again to do it to another house, especially if you're saying the house was a target. So what does that mean? All the other houses that, I mean, that was a pretty easy target when you look at the footage that I'm showing you and you're seeing how freaking dark it was back there. Yeah, it's a target.
Well, you
The
would
house.
honestly think that it would be more believable to say everybody's safe, this was targeted, if there was only one person that was unalived. Like if only one of them was, then you would say, okay, somebody had a beef with this person, everybody else is safe. But you have got four people, you know, all in different situations. You got two in a relationship, and that, I mean, so you can't say that everybody's safe, in my opinion, unless they already knew who it was or were in the process of putting him in custody. But you wouldn't, at the press conference, they're saying, well, we don't know. And it's only been a couple days. You probably don't know. I mean, come on.
It it was the same list. We covered 1116, 1120, and 1123, and they're giving you the same. And we're gonna come in. See now these are gonna be like a lot of the like couple minute clip videos where it's a one-on-one or something like that. They're still asking questions and answering. Now these probably are some of these are probably going to be like, hey, we're going to ask this question, and this question. Okay, because sometimes that does happen in interviews, you know what I mean?
Mhm. Yeah.
But when it comes to press conferences, not so much when you have local reporters asking real questions, because some of them were, even the national reporters, especially in the last two ones that we covered, not necessarily the first one, because everybody in the first one was just waiting to hear whatever they had to say. And then they didn't really answer shit after that at all, because I just still think they didn't know anything. It was too big for them. Now these are going to be a bunch of interviews that take place uh, from 12/6 through the third week of December, and then we're going to get into the press conferences again, where there was a connection with the DNA, and there was uh, the the interview before the day of the arrest and how he was so happy, and then the day of the arrest, and then the day after the arrest, and then the day that the PCA came out. There's going to be different ones. So this one's probably going to have 5 parts when it comes to the press conference Q&As. So we'll go ahead and get into that. And thank you all for hanging out while we were having to kind of explain why there's no reason there is suspicion for a green car. And sorry for the people out there that don't even know what we're talking about, but I'm sure once you start getting around on YouTube some more again, you'll see it start popping up, and then you'll understand why we had to do it, because that poor lady.
Yeah.
I would just hate to see something happen to that poor lady
Exactly.
in that dark ass parking lot, y'all. Like in that dark ass parking lot. All right. So we're gonna check out. This is from 12/6. All right. And let me go to it here. This is from 12/6. Now this is a minute and 38-second video. Chief Fry outside the Moscow Police Department, just for a minute and 38 seconds for that day. And what was? Oh gosh, it's not Sharon. Hold on one second. I hate when StreamYard does that. Listen.
Describe what is happening at the residence tonight.
Yeah, tomorrow, me and my command team and other individuals will be going in to box up personal belongings of the people that live there, and we're going to be getting those items back to the families. It's time for us to get those things back that really mean something to those families, and hopefully to help with some of their healing.
Why do you personally want to?
Hopefully to help with some of their healing. And what is he talking about? The plastic bag full of tennis shoes? Like, what the hell are you talking about? Giving back to the families like that, Iris? That is correct, because that was the first day that actually their tip line, before all of their press release website page was down. Right before that, their tip line was actually taken down because we were live when it happened. And shout out Caddy, she's the one that noticed when we were live that the tip line was taken down. And we brought it up and we were like, holy shit, the tip, why after a year and a couple weeks, now the tip line's taken down? Because, maybe because we were talking about the tip line so much, oh shit, we better take it down, because Evil CJ keeps bringing up, why would they have a tip line asking for more information when the person is in jail and already, court hearings? Like, what do you need the tip line up for still? I thought you had all your shit,
Right.
No, I don't claim to fucking talk about shit, and MPD and FBI do something off of my videos. That's not me. Since when do officers do this type of pack up and move out, right? Memory? When do they? Don't they let the families come there? I mean, that's right. Isn't that what they typically do? Is they let the families come there and would retrieve personal belongings? I mean, hell, this was 12/6. Here's the 12/7, 12/6. This was 12/6. And you're talking, I mean, shit, how many days is that? That's damn near 3 weeks.
Yeah.
3 weeks after the crime. So come on. If you're going in there to collect shit, then I'm sure the family could have. And I'm pretty sure by 3 weeks, you probably collected all of the evidence that was inside the house that you needed to collect. So that's when the family would usually come in and retrieve whatever personal items they would like to retrieve. I didn't know that they got to choose.
Yeah,
why wouldn't they?
I mean, what if they had something, some personal items, the family, that was very sentimental or something? Like, I don't understand. Did they not get to keep what they wanted? I mean, photo albums, stuff like that.
Who knows? I don't know what they grabbed and what they didn't. I would assume, I would hope they would have grabbed like notebooks or, whatever. But
I don't know.
Who knows? You saw them carrying out bins and stuff.
Yeah.
But these students had a lot of. Even though they were small rooms, you see the pictures, you see the videos. They had a lot of shit in there, and you're coming out with little teeny bins and clear bags of a bunch of shoes and a pair of golf clubs or a bag of golf clubs. Yeah, crime scene tape was still up when I was there. Like, trust me, when I saw the crime scene tape, like right here, you see that crime scene tape, you go to the right, the tree didn't have any. Trust me, I was like, dude, I would love to cross through there because there's no tape. But it's like, no, I got to respect the property. I can't do that.
Yeah.
Plus, then they might blame me for taking the tape down.
Yeah. You could be the perpetrator, CJ. You were there.
Shit,
You were probably had a hoodie on. You were probably suspicious, like the green car, right?
I I'm I hope. I really do. I really do. You know. It did after after hearing about it for almost a week, and then that this morning happened. I'm just like, come on, dude. I'm trying to sit here. I wasn't even being mean. I'm just like, I'm trying to tell people that there's nothing suspicious about this green car. And when that happens to me this morning, I'm just like, okay, dude. All right. I'm just gonna go ahead, and it's gotta be, if people are gonna continue to make fucking videos about it, even up to today or last night, it's like, no, I have to say something. If I'm the only one saying the green car's suspicious, at least somebody say, or not suspicious. If I'm the only one saying that the green car isn't suspicious, at least I'm one person that's saying that the green car isn't suspicious. It's better than none. So, you know what? Whoever wants to, guess what? If I got to bring it up tomorrow, I'm going to bring it up tomorrow. If I got to bring it up tonight, I'm going to bring it up tonight. It needs to stop. I don't understand why it started in the first place. And I don't understand why he thinks that he needs to be the one that drives the U-Haul to deliver all the shit to their family members and be the one who decides who gets what. And why wouldn't you let the family come there? And why don't you change your tie, bro? By the way, everybody, the clip-on tie t-shirt production is going to be happening very soon. And for all these private eyes out here, all these sleuthers out here, I told you guys before, we're going to have you got the fake shit coming from Clip-On Fry. We're going to be having some fake shit t-shirt called Clip-On Eye for all them fucking private eyes out there that want to sit there and sleuth and come up with some bullshit. Well, guess what? You deserve a Clip-On Eye for your private eyes. So you got a Clip-On Fry t-shirt coming, people, and you got a Clip-On Eye for the fucking private eyes out there that do such a stellar job.
Oh my gosh.
And if you're a
We have a
lady
lot of
and you want it,
investigators
I'm going to tell you right
investigating.
now, if you're a lady and you want it to glitter, let me know, because you can get your shit glittered. All right? Real.
And
Glistening all over.
I'm not tied into the investigation side of it where I'm physically interviewing people. And it's important to me. It's important
Just
for
shining.
us as a department to go in and take care of the families and get the items for them so that they can have some of those back and some of those memories back that are fond memories. And I'm a dad. I understand the the meaning behind some of those things. It may be something that we gave one of our children or something, and we're just trying to bring some of that healing.
As people learn about this stage of the investigation, what do you want to say about?
Well, he just admits that he's a dad, so you know what? Why didn't you put yourself in Steve G's position?
Exactly. Because
that's all you have to do. That's all you have to do in life to be a good person, is to put yourself in somebody's position, somebody else's position, and live life the way that you would want to be treated. That's it. You treat somebody else how you would want to be treated, and you put yourself in somebody else's position.
People don't do that anymore.
Those two things.
Yeah. We have a very sad lack of that in our culture.
Yes, Lynn. If you got, like all the ladies out there, I'm going to be making the ladies edition and the dudes edition. Or if the dudes want glitter too, you can have the glitter too. But there, that fabric that has the glitter, the fabric shit like this kind of fabric shit, but it would be glitter. That's what you ladies can have. I'm telling you, you all are, when this clothesline starts dropping, it's gonna be like clothes that, I'm telling you, Silky, we gotta talk, because
Yeah.
wait. Just wait till you get your mod hoodie, Silky. Did you hear what I was saying in the beginning of the show
Yes,
about the wings for the
yes, I
mod
was so
hoodies?
excited. I love glitter.
Yeah, glitter. Everything is better covered in glitter and bedazzled. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah.
Like mod, like when the mod hoodies are coming very very soon, and mods, if you guys are comfortable taking a picture with your mod hoodie on outside, do whatever, showing it off, let me know. Send them to me and I'll show them, because uh even Silky, you're gonna be getting yours soon too.
I'm
And
excited.
yeah, them wings are so big on the back of that hoodie. I mean, the wings are so big. You got the CJ's Angels going down the middle, and all of it just you just turn it and it just sparkles like crazy. You guys are gonna love it. I can't wait. I
Oh,
can't wait.
I'm a big fan
But
angel.
but but well, because I got to take care of the mods first. The mods are number one. I got to take care of the mods first. But then after that, that's when I'm opening. And you guys, whenever was even talking about the merch before, I said everything's going to be customizable, and I mean it. You guys are going to have customizable along with the actual shirt. And what I mean is, you're gonna get every T-shirt that I make is gonna have a number, so everybody will know. Like, just like the ticket numbers for the show. When you order a shirt, if it's the third shirt of that version, you get every shirt is gonna have a special number on the inside to signify your, like, a like number for the show and how you call it out. That's your like number for that design, and you get the number 3 or the number 1 version or the number 2 edition of it. Like, you get, like, the clip-on fry. If you get the first, I'm gonna have the first clip-on fry. I'm gonna have number 1, but the clip-on fry, once it's available, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, to however many I sell. So if by the end of time I sell 2,000 of them, that person will have number 2,000 on it. So I want to make that special for everybody, that they can. And then if you want your name on it, then we can add a little more to it. But it's all going to be customizable, and you guys get to pick if you want the glitter, if you want the regular, what color a tie you want. You guys get to choose the color and all that stuff. So that's what I mean. It's going to be customizable, but it's going to be, the specific design, but you get to customize it. Did you look my last night? What, Nina? Well, the mods, it's for all their hard work for this whole time that we've been doing this. And then I wanted to make sure I took care of them first, and then we're just going to let the floodgates open. And I'm excited for you guys to see my artistic vision coming to t-shirts with my little quotes that I say for my t-shirts, because there's a whole list of t-shirts and quotes and logos and everything. And once we get that thing popping, it's gonna be open. All right, we're gonna finish this. He's just talking about moving stuff for the U-Haul.
Where you're
He's
at
a
with the
dad.
investigation.
We're at that point in the investigation where we're still gathering information.
See what I'm saying? It's the same shit. Let me turn on closed captioning real quick so you can see the question that she's asking him, because it has something to do with other than the U-Haul. It has to do with the investigation. All right, so let's see here.
Understand the meaning behind some of those things. It may be something that we gave one of our children or something.
Well, and you guys can have the angel wings too, but those are going to be more. It's more than a t-shirt, but you can have the wings too, and you can have, we'll get you the logo on it and everything, and it'll have Evil CJ on it. You can have the wings too, trust me. But those are the hoodies that are probably. We'll talk about that later.
And
the t-shirts is different. The t-shirts are going to be like
As
its
people
own
learn about this stage of the
cheap line.
investigation, what do you want to say about where you're at with the investigation?
We're at that point in the investigation where we're still gathering information. We're still gathering tips. We're still gathering evidence. We're still doing everything we need to do. But there also comes a point in time when the family needs to have those belongings back.
You see how he redirected that?
Right.
Classic redirection. I'm gonna give you the same shit we've been saying at the press conference. I'm not gonna say nothing because we don't have nothing. And then I'm gonna remind you about the U-Haul, what I was just talking to you about a minute ago.
We gave one of our children or something, and we're just trying to bring some of that healing.
As people learn about this stage of the investigation, what do you want to say about where you're at with the investigation?
We're at that point in the investigation where we're still gathering information. We're still gathering tips. We're still gathering evidence. We're still doing everything we need to do. But there also comes a point in time when the family needs to have those belongings back, the ones that we can get them back. They've asked for some of those things back. So we're ready to take care of that for them.
They wanted to come get their shit. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Like, just classic redirection. And then, damn, that ended quick. She didn't even say thank you. It makes me wonder if he said, okay, we're done now. He knew where it was going. Like, look at how this ended.
Back. So we're ready to take care of that for them.
You didn't even hear thank you. You didn't even hear thank you. Like, totally redirected it after not answering anything, and then just bloop.
Them.
When does that? Usually, it's like thank you. It doesn't get caught off. What the hell?
They can have some of those back and some of those memories back that are fond memories. And I'm a dad. I understand the the meaning behind some of those things. It may be something that we gave one of our children or something, and we're just trying to bring some of that healing.
As people learn about this stage of the investigation, what do you want to say about where you're at with the investigation?
We're at that point in the investigation where we're still gathering.
What do you want to say about where you're at in the investigation? And this is 12/6. Yeah. The crime happened on 11/13. The last press conference you had was 2 weeks before this interview. 2 weeks before this interview. And she asks you one question about what you want to say about where you're at with the investigation. And this was the response.
We're at that point in the investigation where we're still gathering information. We're still gathering tips. We're still gathering evidence. We're still doing everything we need to do. But there also comes a point in time when the family needs to have those belongings back, the ones that we can get them back. They've asked for some of those things back. So we're ready to take care of that for them.
Ain't this crazy? This shit is crazy.
Yeah. I mean, he looks very uncomfortable. You can tell a few times where he, looks very sincere. He's saying, but the rest of the time he just looks very uncomfortable with this whole thing.
Yeah, the first couple, he didn't look like he knew anything. I mean, and it almost looked, hell, the last one, the last press conference in the part 3 that we did, which was the press conference from 11/23/22. He was looking in the crowd like he was trying to see if he could find the person watching him in the crowd. Like he was, he was like squint eyeing the crowd and shit, looking around while everybody else was up talking, like he thought the person was in there watching. You want to talk about starting to look uncomfortable, because there was an interview we covered a couple weeks ago where he looked really upset, like not angry, but upset in an unfortunate way type of shit, like worried type of upset.
Mhm.
Uh, and that one's coming up. And that's when I thought that maybe they realized that one of the people that had one of the first people that had showed up, I think one of those press conferences is when he looked that way, and we'll be getting into it in a little bit, was that I think that was the day that they realized that somebody within the investigation had some shadiness going on. And that's why they have been trying to, because they had to come out in the spring and let the courts know that there was an officer that's involved in the investigation under a Brady Giglio. So they were under investigation for some shady shit
Mhm.
during this going on. And I think December, I think it was 16th interview is when they realized that shit, we need to get, because we'll dig into what he's saying when we get to it, and we'll be getting to that one in a couple. The next one we're getting into is on 12/9, and look at how he looks here. But when it gets to 12/16 and what he says, and it just doesn't make sense, and it's like, why are you changing up your people? Well, I think that's when they wanted to start distancing themselves from the sheath and the DNA homework, because then that will expose even the chain of custody for the DNA, because then that would expose one of the officers that is having some shady ass shit going on as being one of the first people to handle that evidence. And that's why they don't want it put out there. That's why they just keep claiming we're not going to use the sheath, we're not going to use the homework, we're just going to use the tip. Because then if you're just using the tip, you don't need the chain of custody. If you're just using the tip, you don't need the homework. You're just going off of a tip. So then you don't have to supply the information that shows that somebody that's on that chain of custody done fucked up. And that's when I think they realized that somebody done fucked up. And that's when they had to hurry up and switch it up. Because if you look for like everything that took place, the 12/16 to 12/19. So you go to the press conference that I feel like they're worried that I feel like they found something out within the investigation. Then 12/19, 12/20, and 12/22, 12/28, and then 12/29, you see a huge drastic change, especially from 12/28 and 12/29 and 12/20, 12/22 still seems like it's still kind of wish-washy. So everything just happened after 12/16. A couple days go by through the 22nd, and then all of a sudden all of this shit's popping off because you needed to hurry up. You told Steve to back off because he was getting too close, because you didn't want him to ruin what the hell you're trying to spin, because you found out somebody fucked up and now you're worried about losing the case. So you're trying to hurry up and have somebody convicted and charged as soon as possible, because the longer that this case takes, the more opportunity for shit to come out. And the more opportunity for shit to come out when it comes to what this shady shit is, the more opportunity that they lose the case. And that's what I think. See, I totally ignored my fluffy comment. And what? Fluffy? I didn't. What did I miss? Fluffy
I didn't
comment.
say that either.
I didn't either. That too, Iris. Yeah, Ann Taylor had to stop at the day of the arrest. I'm going to be doing something special tomorrow for you guys during the day. I'm going to be replaying the episode where we read the PCA when the PCA dropped. And I'm going to be playing the episode where the day that BK got arrested. So we're going to be playing the episode first, replay of my old episode with the day BK got arrested. We're going to be watching that. Then after that, we're going to be watching the episode where I was reading the PCA when the PCA came out, just as a special show, because it was a year ago tomorrow that the PCA dropped. So I thought I'd do something special for everybody and have a special. You doing anything tomorrow morning, early afternoon, Silky?
I don't think so, unless I do any lives myself. I'm still up in the air with what
Yeah.
I'm doing.
Well, if you'd like to join me, I might be watching a couple of my old episodes when all this stuff took place live. The PCA dropping and BK getting arrested. We'll just be chilling back, watching it live and discussing it. So if you'd like to, you're more than welcome. This
Yeah.
is
I will certainly try. If I'm not in the middle of something, because I'm trying to get more into Idaho and less into Delphi.
mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, no, if you're not busy, please do. Let me see. Let me shrink this up so you can see his full head instead of partial. Because sometimes, hey, you never know. You never know. What did I miss? Fluffy Girls chat wants to know how you feel about us fluffy ones that like to enjoy sugar and dew. I mean, doesn't coffee have sugar in it? Right? Well, some does, but I got flavored shit, so mine always has sugar in the creamer. And what's wrong with fluffy? There ain't nothing wrong with nothing. Everybody's beautiful. Shit. Even all you have to do is watch Harsh. Everybody's beautiful. Everybody's gorgeous. I just don't say gorgeous that much, but I say it once in a while. There's someone for everyone. That's right. That's right. All right. So this is Chief Fry, about to be Chief Dollinger here pretty soon in a few months. Called it. Same old clip-on tie. And see that little thing down there? Do you guys see that little clip that he has on that tie? That little tie clip there? Guess what, you guys? You guys are going to get a little teeny clip on it too. And it's going to have an F on it for the clip-on Fry tie. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to put this clip-on Fry shirt out. Clip-on Fry. Clip-on tie Fry. You're not going to get a badge. You're not going to get none of that shit. You're just going to get, it's going to be a t-shirt. Silky, check this out. It's going to be a t-shirt. And then it's going to have like whatever color of vinyl you want for the collar. So it's going to be like a line. A t-shirt. So it's a t-shirt. But it's going to be a line that goes around the t-shirt to signify a collar. Okay. And then you're going to have the clip coming from the top of the shirt. You're going to have a clip coming from the top where the tie's hanging and it's kind of hanging off to the side, and you're going to have a little bit of dust pattern on it too. It is going to be the clip-on Fry t-shirt. Yeah, it's going to have the dust pattern too, everybody. You're going to have the knot. See how the knot, that knot up there where it gets to the neck? See that knot right there? It's going to have that split, and then you're going to have a little bit of the dust line going along that tie. Oh yeah, trust me, it's gonna be sweet. Yeah, it's gonna be hanging off. You're gonna see the clip on it, and then it's gonna have a line coming down like this to signify a collar. So it looks like you're wearing, it looks like you're wearing a collared shirt, but really it's a t-shirt with the clip-on Fry. And it's a Fry clip-on because it's got the F on the tie. So it's a Fry. Yeah. Shout out. I can't wait. There's so much more coming. And please, trolls, keep coming because I would love to have more t-shirts. Please. All right. So this is Fry. Look at him already. He's kind of going.
Great idea. CJ, I'm going to write this down. You just gave me a great idea. About Delphi. But it's not a tie, but I'm ADD, so you say one thing, you say t-shirt, you say this, and then all of a sudden my mind is going boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, that's why I love it when trolls like even Stormos that's coming in and like, why are you so mad? I've never seen anybody talk about this beef cut. Like, where you been, bro? It's been a week. It is a holiday. Or lady, I don't know, whichever, but I just find it funny. You're going to send a tweet or a message on Twitter about, I didn't see nobody talk. Okay. Well, you ain't seen nobody talking about because you ain't been out there. Ticket number 61. Not my fault. You know, I like to broaden my range for information. You know what I mean? I don't like to be so tunnel visioned on certain channels or something to clip on fry. What's up, Space Junkie? Wait until you get the t-shirt. Then you'll be loving it. Wait until people see you wearing it and they'll be like, what the hell is that? Yeah. And then they'll see you walking by and then they'll see the evil CJ on the top of the back up there, and then they'll be like, oh yeah, that's evil CJ shirt. Trust me, give it a few years. It's coming. It's coming. It's all up here. It just takes time.
How many tips are coming in, and how are police using
Time,
them?
man.
We've had an amazing amount of tips come in on the white car. We appreciate everybody's help.
So this is 12:09. Here, let me move it up a little bit so the closed captioning shows up a little better. There we go. This is 12:09. They got a lot of tips about that white car.
We'll start with the white car. How many tips are coming in?
Because remember, 11:29, or when was it? It was 11. No, it was 12:07. 12:07 when they came out with the tip for the car, right? 12:07. I think it was 12:07. I think 12:07 they came out with the tip for the white Hyundai Elantra. 12:07, I think it was. They came out with the white Hyundai Elantra from 2011 to 2013. So yeah, this is a couple days later here.
We'll start with the white car. How many tips are coming in, and how are police using them?
We've had an amazing amount of tips come in on the white car. We appreciate everybody's help that has been sending in those tips, and investigators are vetting those, and they're following up on those, and the response has been very great. We appreciate all the help from across the nation and our community.
In some cases, we're hearing that people are borderline being harassed by speculation and rumors out there. What are police doing about that?
Well, what we want people to know is that individuals who are being harassed in this situation, people need to be careful, because some of it's happening online, some of it's happening through phone calls and in person, and people could be charged possibly in the future if it continues to a point where it reaches a criminal element.
And he was supposedly, you're going to tell me that they were supposedly on BK? Please, they weren't on BK. Just because somebody interviewed him doesn't mean that they were like, oh, that's the person. Right?
Right. I mean,
and his car was a different model from the one they were looking. So, of course, he wasn't on their freaking radar. I don't understand why people continue to say that he was on their radar since November, when no, they weren't even looking for his vehicle. It was 2 years later than the vehicle they were looking for. And listen to what he says right here on 12:09.
He's using them.
We've had an amazing amount of tips come in on the white car. We appreciate everybody's help.
Amazing amount of tips on a 2011 to a 2013.
Right.
Not a 15.
Has been sending in those tips, and investigators are vetting those, and they're following up on those, and the response has been very great. We appreciate all the help from across the nation and our community.
In some cases, we're hearing that people are borderline being harassed by speculation and rumors out there.
See, that's why the freaking green car, people. It seriously, if you're, do me a favor, okay? I normally don't ask people to if you're out. I never ask this actually, but when it comes to this lady in this green car, and when it comes to the safety of this lady in a parking lot where she's just trying to go home, if you see talk out there about a green car, can you please refer them to this live stream and tell them to skip the intro? Tell them to skip the intro 10 or 11 or 12 minutes or whatever it is. Tell them to skip it. Just tell them to watch the beginning of the episode, please. Please, if you see anybody out there talking about this green card, please refer them back, because I'm showing the reason why I'm showing this. I'm showing all this stuff. This lady does not need to be harassed, just like the people that they're talking about on this video. It's so sad.
borderline
It is.
being harassed by speculation and rumors out there.
It's so
What are
sad.
police doing about that?
Well, what we want people to know is that individuals who are being harassed in this situation, people need to be careful, because some of it's happening online, some of it's happening through phone calls and in person, and people could be charged possibly in the future if
And
it
in
continues to a
person.
point where it reaches a criminal element.
What can people do to help that situation?
I think number one, just call us anytime that there's any of that happening, so that we can deal with that immediately.
And what about
Yeah, so please, please, everybody, don't let it get to a situation where this lady in this green car that didn't have shit to do with this crime get into a situation where she has to do what Fry says when it comes to people possibly even harassing her in person, before she even has to make the call to Mr. fucking Fry to ask him to come over there because somebody's harassing her, because they're spreading rumors about her being suspicious because she was just trying to leave to go to work or some shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, please, we got to stop this.
the information?
It's done.
What is being
It's
done to make sure the information that is out there is not causing speculation and rumors?
There's been a lot of speculation.
Come to the Evil CJ show, because he's going to tell you the fucking truth, because it isn't about clicks or fucking views.
Right.
Rumors. And what we want to say is we are the official source of information. We want people to pay attention to what we're putting out there, because that is accurate information. And anything that comes from other sources is either rumor or speculation, and we want to put an end to that as soon as possible.
The same shit. At least he answered about people that were getting harassed because of speculation. That it's
Yeah.
great. It kind of ties into what we were talking about today. I kind of wish I would have ran across this before I got my show ready, and I would have played that fucking video with it too. And maybe what I need to do is I just need to make my own fucking short about the information and then include this part in the fucking video, just to realize, so people can realize how dangerous this shit is, man.
Yeah. I mean, and it's hard when you're on, you've got a show and you have to look down every rabbit hole, and you have to at least consider things. But I think the way that you present it in that makes the whole difference, because the way that you say things can either cause harassment or kind of temper it down, especially when you say, this is out there, this is, speculation. But I don't even see why the green car is speculation. But, we get, we tread that fine line all the time, CJ, about theorizing and putting stuff out there. Like, you don't want to cause harassment, but you want to get the truth out there. And it's okay to speculate, but it's not okay to accuse, which I think is what is happening to Green Car Lady. And there's a vast difference, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it's I don't know. I don't understand it, especially when like I said, when we're even live, and that's fine. I'm not saying that this person or people or all these channels that are making this video or videos about how suspicious this green car is. I'm not saying that because they didn't watch our footage and watch our shows since we've been on location talking about this green car before it was even a topic on how the green car lived there. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I'm not saying that they should have watched. No, but look, when I have people coming in my show a week ago, the day after the demo, I got people coming in my show and they're telling me that I gotta watch this video that somebody put out about how suspicious this green car is, and I already know automatically who they're talking about because I was the one that was in the fucking parking lot back there, and I know there's only one fucking green vehicle, so I knew exactly what they were talking about. And I tried to say it on that live right there. I was like, stop the speculation. No, there's nothing wrong with this green car. They freaking live there, you know. It, but why even what it, okay, this is what my big question is. What is so suspicious about the car because they were leaving
Right.
their parking lot where they park where they live? What is so suspicious about that?
I
For
don't get
real.
it.
I don't either, you know? And when you're saying, hey, did anybody notice this after the demo was already done, when during the live demo, which this is live, and I say this, like this, damn, that green car I always talked about that I parked next to, it's parking right there. You know what I'm saying? And when that was live, yeah, people fucking noticed it and there was nothing to it, you know? And I just hope nothing happens to this lady in this dark ass parking lot where who knows what could happen, because there's no video recording and there's not even a street light back there to protect this female from some nutball going to harass her, thinking that
Yeah.
she has something to do with it, or thinking she has something to do with the tunnels, or thinking she has something to do with the secret doors, or they thinking she has something to do with the I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to find out what the hell somebody would be so suspicious about in the first place to even try and answer what the hell they shouldn't be suspicious about.
Right. Right. You know, and okay, I know you were there just a few weeks ago. Was that green car there last
2
year?
months ago.
Is that
ago.
yeah?
I
Was
was
that
there 2 months ago. Yeah, that's when I got the green card. That's why when we were watching the live demo, when we were watching that live
right?
demo, this was live, and that's when I'm sitting there watching it. I see the car getting ready. I notice it, but I'm talking about asbestos. And then as the car's moving, because the person goes up and tells them that they have to go out a different way, this is what I say during this is live when they're actually behind the house. Falls apart like dust. This is
Right.
live. That green car I always talked about that I parked next to, it's parking right there. This
Yeah.
is live when the car's moving. I'm
Right.
right there. I'm like, yo, this is a car that because it's the same car that I parked next to every day I went there. I saw the lady.
Why would it be suspicious unless they? I mean, and I don't even think it would be then, but unless that green car showed up in a lot of footage in 2022, like
Nobody talked about a green car until the demo.
so why is it just because somebody is even there? Even if somebody was watching, okay, let's say she didn't live there and it was just somebody who was watching the demo, that's not against the law. Like, why is that suspicious?
I don't know what is suspicious about it anyway. And the green car wasn't a topic at all until a week ago. And the only other person that talked about that green car was on this show for 2 fucking months because I talked about how I parked next to it the whole time.
Right.
Yeah, it's green car shit, AG. Do me a favor. Put a post out about that if you want to, AG. The shit about this green car, I'm afraid for this lady, especially when she parks back here to go fucking home, yo. And all the nutballs out there. I'm serious. I'm worried. Like, I was the first when somebody came in my show during the fucking demo later on that night. I'm like, yo, stop it. No. Quit talk like there's nothing. And then the weekend goes by, and then another video's out again. Hey, did you guys see this video from this It's like, oh my gosh, come on. Why do we even have to spend an hour of a freaking show to explain that the green card doesn't exist when 2 days ago I told you already the damn green card didn't exist already because of all the other shit that was coming out during the weekend? It's like, this poor lady, I hope. All right, so this is the press, or not a press conference, but a video interview. Like I said, the one-on-ones that we're going to be watching a couple of. This is one from 1210, and you'll remember this one because it's got that tarot card that somebody was sleuthing before. Remember? So this is the Chief Fry interview on 1210. And look at his face again. It continues to look more, man, we just don't have shit. And I don't want to answer these questions because I know I'm going to be asked where we're at in the investigation. And I keep telling them, well, we're taking the totality. But eventually I can't say that anymore because then they're really going to start to catch on. So now he's feeling the pressure. He's feeling the pressure.
Yeah.
It's just about a month later. It's a couple days from it being a month away. He's feeling the pressure. And he's still trying not to say shit.
Tell us about the weekend. So many people in town. What's happening as far as public safety during this time?
This is a very important weekend for the university. It's our commencement weekend, and we're going to have a lot of officers around. We're going to have a lot of Idaho State Police.
Who cares if it was white before? Who cares if it was white before? It's a freaking lady. Who cares? So, okay, I had a blue car that I got painted silver. Oh shit, that means I committed a crime.
Around.
Yeah.
You'll see us both at the commencement.
Oh my lord,
well
it's a lady,
just
people.
around town providing safety.
It's a lady. What did DM state in her statement about a male? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. A green car that used to be white and it's a female. There we go. Part of the crime. There's the suspicion. Man, I should have went to school.
The investigation right
What the
now.
fuck am I doing here?
We're
Talking
working
real
steady on
shit.
the
I should have went to
investigation
school.
I
still.
know,
We're still
right?
receiving,
Fuck. Maybe
tips.
then
We're
I'd be
still
on the green
receiving
car,
items
too.
in from down at the lab. Things are continuing. We're still pushing forward, and
Yeah, she slows down because she's trying to leave fucking home in the middle of a demo and she doesn't have the day off. If that's suspicious, cooking shows. Because I'll tell you right now, you want to know something that's really suspicious? How do they get chili powder so spicy? You know? Cooking shows. Let's go to cooking shows, okay?
Weekend. So many people.
How
in
is
town.
chili so
What's
spicy?
happening as far as
Damn,
public
that's
safety?
suspicious.
this is a very important weekend for the university. It's our
The
commencement
fuck,
weekend,
man?
and
The
we're gonna
fuck
have a
is
lot of
going on
officers around.
YouTube?
We're gonna have a lot of Idaho State Police around.
See,
You'll
it's
see us
getting as-
both
it's-
at the commencement,
It's getting
as
as
well
bad as
just
mainstream
around town
media.
providing safety.
You gotta back those nutballs away.
It's getting as bad as Nancy Grace going, DK broke into the girl's house because he knew that she was gonna call him and he knew that she was gonna have him help her get Wi-Fi cameras and he knew that she was gonna invite him over to hook him up and he knew that she wasn't gonna know how to change the password and he knew that she was gonna ask him to put the password in and then he knew that she wasn't gonna change the password so then he could go home and sit there and eat cereal in his boxers and watch her in her lingerie in her living room. That's as bad as some Nancy
Oh
Grace
my
shit.
God.
You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
how bad it's starting to get on fucking YouTube with the tunnels and the green car and the secret door and the fucking the missing
aliens.
passage, you know, the buried evidence at the lot. I mean, jeez.
Yeah. It's gonna be aliens next, CJ. Aliens did it.
Fucking beam me up, man. Beam me up. Motherfuck. I wake up today and it's like, what the hell? What the hell happened?
It's wintertime. People don't have anything to do. They're cold. They're sitting in their house speculating.
I don't know. Wait, you know, the day that I fucking leave, my driveway, and there's a fucking street crew out there replacing some asphalt, okay? When there's a street crew replacing some asphalt, in the day that I fucking back out of my driveway real slow, okay? The day that I back out of my driveway real slow, and somebody says, "Son of a bitch, that CJ is so suspicious. I wonder if he stole the neighbor's hubcap."
Yeah,
What the fuck?
he's a wild criminal. You can tell.
He stole a hubcap, everybody, because he backed out real slow because there was a street crew replacing asphalt. Oh my gosh, that's what it's getting to. You know what I'm saying?
I know. It's ludicrous.
Right?
It is ludicrous.
Oh, I feel it. I feel a new T-shirt coming, because I really don't feel like this is the last time we're going to talk about it, and I really feel like there's going to be some inspiration for a new T-shirt coming from this one. Trust me, because I don't think this is going to be the last time we talk about it.
Oh,
I just
my
have a
God.
good feeling. I'm
CJ,
ready. I'm ready for a new T-shirt. I'm ready for that inspiration.
I
For that
just
new
got
T-shirt, please give it to me, because all this other shit, a mountain lion too.
Yeah, no, I know what happened. Well, okay, here's what happened. That
With the mountain
green car,
lion,
yeah,
or
all
the
the
green car. Oh, okay, go
the
ahead. Yeah,
green car is suspicious because it left the apartments and drove into the tunnel while the mountain
holy
lions
fuck,
were still scoping them out.
holy
Mountain,
shit.
yeah. So there you go.
Everybody, it is 2024. That is your fucking freeze for the day right there. Holy shit. The green car, Harsh was talking about Super Mario Brother. He was just talking about people going down in the tunnels. Damn, Silky. I never even thought. No wonder the green car is so suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
It drove into the fucking tunnel, and the mountain
Exactly.
lion saw it.
Exactly.
Whoa! Now
There you go.
who has the telepathic capability to, oh my gosh, the channel that reached out to the spirits, they must have connected to the mountain lion, which then referred them back to seeing the car go into the, holy shit, Silky.
Yeah. Oh my God. We
You
got
know what?
it.
You didn't
We
even
solved it.
listen. I'm gonna tell you right now, you didn't even put in a super chat, Silky, but I'm gonna say contribution call out for the fucking true crime community, because the contribution that you just made about the facts of what the fuck could be really taking place and how
Yeah.
suspicious this car is. Thank you, Silky, for your contribution.
Wow. I think I'm
Holy
gonna.
fuck.
You know what? I need a T-shirt, CJ. I need one that says like "Sleuthing Queen."
Oh, something. You're
So,
gonna
you know,
listen. You're gonna get a. Just wait till you see the clip-on private eye fucking T-shirt, you guys. Because when I woke up today, I was like, yeah, I need a private eye T-shirt. Because I was looking up, trying to like see what I need to do to be a real fucking private eye. You know, like do this shit for real.
I've thought about that too.
Some classes, things like this. I was like, you know what? We're always talking about the clip-on tie for Fry and how he's always about bullshit. I think we need a clip-on eye for all the fucking bullshit private investigators out there that did go to class. Because I'm sorry, y'all. Shit.
Around town providing safety.
You need to clip that
Where are we
motherfucker
at
on,
in the
because that's about.
investigation right
It
now?
ain't no fucking
We're
real
working steadily
eye.
on
It's a
the
clip-on
investigation still.
motherfucker.
We're still receiving tips. We're still receiving items in from
Get the
down at the lab.
And I want to make it clear, the reason that I'm being so passionate about this is because I really am worried. This is why I'm making a joke out of the shit that's being said. This is why I'm being so passionate about it, is because this poor lady that is driving this damn car, this is where she parks when she goes to her safe spot.
Yeah.
That's why, people. Because I'm worried about this lady.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Things are continuing. We're still pushing forward, and we're at the normal process of investigation. We're still doing a lot of interviews, and I'm talking to a lot of people.
What about the number of people involved at this point?
We still have the same amount of staff. Idaho State Patrol, our local Moscow Police Department, detectives, and FBI, not only here locally, but still across our nation, across our state.
Now, oh shit, they just ended that quick too. Now listen, everybody, listen to what he says. Remember on 12/16. 12/16 is when he said that they needed to switch it up, right? They needed to switch it up for the holidays. Bro, Thanksgiving already went by. This was 12/10. Thanksgiving already went by 2 weeks ago, okay? Now, remember this interview when we go to a couple later ones. Listen to what he says when she says, "What about the people that are involved in this investigation currently?" Watch. How's it going?
Comes in from down at the lab. Things are continuing. We're still pushing forward, and we're at the normal process of investigation. We're still doing a lot of interviews, and I'm talking to a lot of people.
What about the number of people involved at this point?
We still have the same amount of staff. Idaho State Patrol, our local Moscow Police Department, detectives, and FBI, not only here locally, but still across our nation, across our state.
Same people. There's no reason to change it because of the holiday. At all, right? So now, let's go to the next one. This one is going to be from 12/12. Hold on a second. 12/12. This is Lanyard. Okay? Roger Lanyard, Captain Roger Lanyard, the one that was standing outside on the cell phone, just in there, because he didn't know what the fuck was going on, because he didn't have any clue on how to run it, because he was the man that was left in charge with Fry being gone, and he probably didn't ever think that he would have to do something like this.
Yeah.
Just like his officers when they walked in and weren't prepared. He wasn't either.
Good morning. My name.
And look at how he starts this.
Yeah, you can tell.
Those ties are so nasty. I'm sorry. you can see all the now he's got a different knot pattern, and it's a clip-on. I'm just, you look at it, people, it's a clip-on. You can see up above, see where you look, right up above in the middle, you can see that little part that's sticking up. That's your clip, people. That's what's going to be hanging from your t-shirt, but the t-shirt's going to have a more defined clip because we need to accentuate that clip on the t-shirt. Has a different knot, but it also has a different dust pattern. Most of that dust pattern is right where the knot and the neck meet in that fake clip-ass tie. But look at how he's starting this off. It's the camera. He's nervous as shit.
Good morning. My name is Roger Lanier. I'm a captain with the Moscow Police Department. I'm in charge of the Operations Division. And today is December 12th, Monday. And I want to give you an update on the King Road homicide investigations, at least the information that we have to this point. Over the weekend, investigators still continued to sort through numerous tips, calls, and online tips in regard to this investigation. There's been a lot of questions about the...
You know what, Echo? I'm going to say that's a good idea, Echo. I'm not going to do it on a live, though. I'm not worried about, that would just be for clicks and views. But that is a good idea, Echo. I do appreciate that. And
Yeah,
after my show is done, I am going to make a call to the Moscow Police Department and let them know that I am concerned because there are YouTube videos out there claiming that car is suspicious. And I do want to, because like I said, when you're talking about how dark that parking lot is, I've been there. I was there for a week. I saw how sketchy it was. I felt how sketchy it was. And with knowing what happens to some people I appreciate that. Thanks for, I'm not going to do it when it's live, but I am, after this show's over, I am going to I am going to reach out and just give them a heads up and let them know, because I don't know. I really am worried. That's why, people will mistake. A lot of the times they do this. They think I'm upset or something. It's not. It's you look at my about me. It's called creative passion. You get nothing but raw emotion from me because I'm 150% fucking real to you, and I'm not going to be any other way. And it's passion that I care for this lady, whoever she is. I don't even know her damn name. I don't even know what color of fucking eyes she has, okay? But what I do know is that is a dangerous ass parking lot in the back at night, especially to anybody that wants to creep or cause harm to this person because somebody else says that it's a suspicious vehicle. And I wouldn't feel right. That's why every time I come out, I'm saying it's nothing to do with it, please. That's why I got
Yeah.
so passionate today and still am about it, because I just continue to think about this dark ass parking lot, and I continue to think about a nutball out there that is going to be upset thinking she had something to do with these, you know,
Yeah,
that's all.
that's such a good idea, and I'm glad you're doing that, CJ.
Yeah.
I'm
Thank
kind
you,
of
Echo.
embarrassed to think about it, but yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Echo. Thank you, Echo, for bringing that up. And yeah, I am going to do it. Uh, I do. I'm just worried about this lady, especially after, I don't know. Maybe I need to make a short video of it about the green car and this and that, and being passionate about it, even if people want to, take a short clip of me being passionate. Oh my gosh, you're upset. No, you didn't watch the whole show. You didn't understand the whole reasoning. I don't know. Maybe I just need to put a little video out there so that it'll get out there, so people don't have to come to a fucking live and come across it and be like, oh, wow, I didn't know this about, oh, I didn't know the green car wasn't suspicious. Maybe I just need to put something out there or something, because I don't know. I don't understand it.
I don't
This is
either.
somebody's life, It's somebody's freaking safety, especially a female. And when there's multiple channels that are female that are doing these videos, you don't even think about another female. You know what I mean? When you have one of them talking about her ex stalking her, and you don't think about what this could potentially put this person in, this situation,
Exactly.
the same situation you're running from.
Mm-hmm.
When I was on Lainey Law and Andrew D. Meyer's show yesterday, and I don't know if it'll make the edit, but when I was talking about when I was talking to them about this right here, Lainey Law brought up her own personal story about somebody that was sitting out in a parking lot watching her fucking apartment.
Wow. Yeah.
And I'm not going to say anything more, because if it makes the edit, then you guys will see it if she wants it out there. If she don't, that's up to them. But that's how real this shit is. And when you even have situations in your own life that you talk to your community about, and you don't even think about the possibility of this situation you could be putting this female in, this female that parks here as she's going home to her safe place, thinking the parking lot is going to be a safe parking lot, thinking the walk to her door is going to be a safe walk to her
Right.
door. And now, because people think that her vehicle is suspicious, now all of a sudden, it might not be a safe parking spot. It might not be a safe walk to her door. And it might not even be a safe apartment for her to live in anymore. Then how would you feel? Especially being a victim of what you might have just created for somebody else. I don't understand it.
Right. I don't either.
It needs the green car. Yeah, okay, so what? It was painted white before. Yo, it's a female. The DM statement is a male. The DNA that the case is talking about is male DNA. The 3 unknown DNA is male DNA. Like, what is there to be suspicious about? And if you don't know somebody's life, you shouldn't comment,
Exactly.
because you don't know what if you did. Oh, I didn't know it was a girl. Who cares? When people come to the Evil CJ show and I say, guess what, people? This is suspicious. There's a reason, because it really is suspicious. When we get into sharp stuff and I'm like, damn, in my own mind, man, we need to talk about this private driver, but man, I'm not trying to. I need more information, because I don't want to be the person that puts out information that potentially puts somebody else in harm's way when they didn't even have anything to be suspicious, even though shit might look suspicious like it was. Because y'all see this shit that's coming out with the freaking private driver, all this shit that's coming out. Me and my team have already had this stuff. My team's been wanting to talk about it. I've been the one that's been saying, I want to wait. Not that it's not, because it all is suspicious. And I'm pretty sure we will start talking about it soon, because more is coming out. But I'm not trying to do that. It's everybody out here lives in a real fucking world. This shit isn't a game. Like when you got people talking slumber parties, it's not a game. You literally would make people think that you're going to try and break into the crime scene to have people stay in a slumber party that's probably missing 3/4 of the fucking floors because of everything that took place in the house. You know what I'm saying? They probably had to take 3/4 of the walls and 3/4 of the fucking floors. And then people are talking about having a slumber party in there. And then all of a sudden they got to worry about trying to make sure that they demo the house real quick, because they don't want to have 100 fucking lawsuits on their hand because people fucking broke, passed away, got hurt, have life-lasting injuries that they can't come back from because they went and wanted to have a fucking slumber party at a crime scene and joked about it, and then they fell and got hurt, and all of a sudden they don't want to say, well, it was my own dumbass that came in here and that's why I got hurt. No, they want to sue the university because it's always somebody else's fault when somebody's a dumbass. Shit needs to stop. Thank you, Echo. I am going to call them right after the show is over. I really am concerned. That's why I've been so passionate today, and I don't give a fuck who's got a problem with what I'm saying, and I don't give a fuck who's got an attitude with what I'm saying, because if you get past my passion and you listen to the fucking words and what it's about, how could anybody get upset when it's called respecting somebody else's fucking personal space and respecting somebody else's privacy when nobody had anything to do with the fucking crime? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with me saying, why check your shit before you fucking put shit? Why are we even continuing a conversation when really what is suspicious about a vehicle? So what if the fucking vehicle's leaving and they were going slow because they didn't know what the fuck to do? Because if you drove through there or watched anybody's footage, you would know it's a tight spot all the way around Queen Road, and you would know, fuck, if this road's blocked, which is normally the only exit area to get out of that parking lot, and you're going, damn, this is the first time that this road's been blocked off like this. What am I supposed to do? You're going to drive slow. What is so suspicious? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I thank you. I am. As soon as this show's over, I'm calling them and I'm letting them know, like, look, you guys just do listen. I'm not telling, I'm going to tell them, this is what I'm going to ask them. I'm not telling them what they're going to do. I'm not telling them what to do. I'm just going to let them know that there's shit out on YouTube about how the person that owns the green vehicle is supposedly suspicious. And if they can do us a favor as a community, the people that care, can they at least drive by a couple times in the evening on their routes. Moscow's not a big place. Can you please, if you don't already drive up through the parking lot, can you do us a favor and a couple times at night, each night on your route, as you're passing the street anyway? Can you do us a favor and just pull up into the parking lot and do a turnaround real quick just to make sure that everything's okay? That's exactly what I'm going to tell them, okay, people? I'm not doing it on live, but I definitely am calling them. And that's what I'm telling them, because that's how I really feel. And I'm just concerned. I'm a concerned citizen from another state.
Right.
And we have concerned citizens that watch this and that know about this suspicious shit that's being put out there. And we want to make sure that whoever does own that vehicle and does stay there is safe. And if that means that they're, who knows? What if there is somebody going to be creeping out there tonight? Who says nobody wasn't creeping out there last night?
Exactly.
Who says nobody wasn't? At least maybe if they do pull through tonight and the person that is creeping out there tonight sees the police pulling through, maybe that'll scare them away. And then let's pray. Please send out your positive energy to this lady. Send out your prayers to this lady.
Yes.
I really hope nothing happens to this lady because of what is being put out there on YouTube. All right, let's get back to this. Is there anything you want to mention real quick, Silky? If not, we'll go ahead and get back to this.
No, you covered it.
I'm more calm, I'm less passionate right now, but geez.
Yeah,
I just worry about this lady. I just worry about this lady, man.
That's why people love you, CJ, because you're real and you are passionate and, you care, which is different
I
than
do.
90% of YouTubers,
I really do care. I care about our community as much as I care about the lady in the green fucking car. Because it's another soul that's on this planet.
Right.
Every soul is the same. Every soul is created equal. And every soul, why are we here on this earth? To experience the beauty of life. And what's the beauty of life? Peace, positivity, and progress. Think about it. All of those words. The beauty of life. Peace, positivity, progress.
Absolutely.
And I don't know, somebody was like, is the PPP, how could this be 666? Like, no, but how, then that would mean, right, the sixes are backwards, right?
Yeah.
People, the ones, if you think this has six, cooking shows, okay? Cooking shows. Because if you don't notice the shit right off the bat, just like the 2-truck window, 1-truck window, if you don't notice there are 2 trucks right off the bat,
yeah,
cooking shows. If you don't know that is a backwards 6, that's what you think it is, no, there's no 6 backwards. It's a P. Look at it.
How did they make that chili spicy, CJ?
Hey, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. Go sleuth that recipe. And then if I fuck it up, right? If I don't make the chili spicy like it's supposed to be, and I fucked it up because you gave me the wrong recipe, at least the truth and justice isn't going to be affected.
Exactly.
Right? That's what
nobody's going to come to any physical harm. So
no, I might just have explosive for a little while. All right? Yeah. And that's another conversation for another day. But I probably would if I fucked up the sleuthing recipe.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, it's beyond. It's beyond. What people read into things, everything, and I understand. Look, and I'll just be honest with you. I'm a huge conspiracy theorist. In some areas, like, there are some things that are just too far out there for me. But, I listen to a lot of stuff and I know, things are backwards and, there are some things that are hidden that are signs. I mean, if you want to go down the CP rabbit hole, it's very spooky. But I mean, that's easy. If they watch your show, it's you're always saying PPP, you know, and how do you get 666 out of that? It's like, whatever.
I don't know.
Yeah.
They were like, "Is this on purpose?" And I'm just like, when you come into my community like that already, I already know you're a fucking troll. So I'm gone.
Yeah.
I already know you're a troll. I already know it. Like if that's where you're coming in, when gone, because you're just gonna do nothing but try and create drama anyway. If
Well,
you
see,
come in
that's-
with that mindset, no.
Exactly. And
No.
that's what happens, CJ, when you go through that tunnel, it like bends your mind. And then,
Oh,
you
in the
come
green car, in the
in the
green
green
car.
car, you come out seeing 666s everywhere.
Son of a bitch. Damn. It's the new DeLorean. You know, like we're the new news. That green car is the new DeLorean, people.
Exactly.
Yeah, it doesn't fly in the sky, it flies through tunnels. Yeah. And instead of the wheels turning and going underneath the car, the green paint turns to white. That's what happens. Yes, once the green paint turns to white, then it's able to travel through the tunnels.
Yes. There you go. If that's the whole mode, it changes into a white gaseous substance that propels you through those tunnels.
It's kind of like when Mario eats the flower and he wears a white. Yeah, he wears the white suit. So I guess since we're talking a green car, I guess we should be talking Luigi, because then Luigi's green bibs turn into white bibs after he eats the flower. There we go. Yeah.
So don't eat the flowers. Y'all.
Don't eat the flowers. Yeah. Especially if they're blinking. Don't eat flowers that blink, okay?
Or that are toxic green.
Yeah, don't eat flowers that blink at you. It's not good. It's not healthy. It might even send you down a tunnel. Just be careful, okay?
There you go. There's another thing we can call our trolls. They're just flower eaters.
Right. And stay away from hidden doors that look like a framing of an old window after a demo, okay? Or a renovation.
There you go.
Portals, gosh, wouldn't that be amazing? I would love to have a portal that I could walk through before the demo took place, so I could have said fuck it, and I would have went out there and started a protest.
Yeah.
Show me the secret door to a portal, or I can go 2 weeks before the demo so I can get out there and get everything set up for a protest, please.
There you go.
Good morning. My name is Roger Lanier. I'm a captain.
Huh? What?
You're going to need a DeLorean to do that now.
I would love to. Dude, I would love to have a DeLorean for real.
Oh, me too.
I would love to.
Good morning. My name is Roger Lanier. I'm a captain with the Moscow Police Department. I'm in charge of the Operations Division. And today is December 12th, Monday. And I want to give you an update on the King Road homicide investigations, at least the information that we have to this point. Over the weekend, investigators still continued to sort through numerous tips, calls, and online tips in regard to this investigation. There's been a lot of questions about the white car that we've been interested in. We're looking for that car because we
1212
believe through our investigation that car was in the area during the time of the murders. And we also believe that the occupant or occupants may have seen something. They may not know they have seen something. So we specifically want to talk to them, and we want to know who they are and what they might know or might be able to contribute to the investigation. Over the weekend, investigators have sorted through and prioritized numerous.
Okay, I'm going to rewind that just a little bit. Listen again about the white vehicle. This is 1212, people. Remember, there's people claiming that BK was already in their eyesight. This is 1212.
Car that we've been interested in. We're looking for that car because we believe through our investigation that car was in the area during the time of the murders. And we also believe that the occupant or occupants may have seen something. They may not know they have seen something. So we specifically want to talk to them, and we want to know who they are and what they might know or might be able to contribute to the investigation. Over the weekend, investigators have sorted through and prioritized numerous tips. Some are tips that came in earlier and we've been working on. Other tips are new and are relevant. It's overwhelming sometimes with the amount of information that comes in on these tip lines. So our analysts have spent hours sorting through and trying to come up with the most relevant tips first for the investigators to follow up on. They have re-interviewed some of the folks we've interviewed earlier in this investigation to clarify information. Sometimes when new information comes forward, the people that we've spoken to beforehand may have new insight on that. So it
Really? Because usually when it comes to tips and witness information, sir, I'm just going to be honest with Captain Lanier here. It's not that they don't call the show the last 48 hours, sir. They call it the first 48 hours, because after the first 48 hours, shit starts to fade, especially eyewitness statements that make a fucking difference.
Maybe he thinks it's the first 48 days.
Maybe that's what it is. That when do tips get stronger? A fucking month after the crime, when you've bro.
Unless the only thing I can think, CJ, is if they had enough, if they had a whole lot of tips the first 48 hours, and then they were still trying to work through the old ones. But, now after this amount of time, yeah, not so much.
Right, AG? That's what I was saying earlier. They were given BK's car in November, and I love the new icon photo you got there. Shout out, bro. I love that. That you got these people always talking how he was on the radar since November. You're watching these interviews, you hear about this white car. If he was on their radar, they wouldn't be saying that about the white car, or potentially have some information that would be benefit. Like they just were driving around the. Yeah, it sounds to me like there was a car that was driving around just like a bunch of other ones, and you wanted to know if they saw something, and that's why you were reaching out to him. Like the way that he's talking.
Right.
What leads you to believe it's one person? He's saying multiple.
Yeah, and if they already had BK on the radar, they would have already known what kind of car he drove. So why are you looking for a car?
It wouldn't be a 2011 to 2013 if BK was already in your fucking radar, because you would have updated the car. You updated the car when? Right around the time. I mean, it's all to fit. And the way what he says right here about this car, like, and the people
investigation.
Not one.
Over the weekend, investigators have sorted through and prioritized numerous tips. Some are tips that came in earlier and we've been working on. Other tips are new and are
Thank
relevant.
You, Nina. Appreciate you.
It's overwhelming sometimes with the amount of information that comes in on these tip lines. So our analysts have spent hours sorting through and trying to come up with the most relevant tips first for the investigators to follow up on.
Yeah, and they always say suspect or suspects.
They have re-interviewed some of the folks we've interviewed earlier in this investigation to clarify information. Sometimes when new information comes forward.
Sir, only when you watch the TV show The Last 48, that's how when that shit happens. Only on TV, bro.
The people that we've spoken to beforehand
The Last
may have
48.
new insight on that. So it does often seem like we're backtracking, but we're really just trying to get the most important details and the best timeline that we can come up with.
No, it's because you are backtracking, you lying ass motherfucker.
We have
Backtracking.
literally an
The
army
last
of
48,
analysts who have
and
been
then
sorting through videos that have been submitted through the FBI.gov Moscow upload site. Those videos are from all over town, gas stations, and specifically the area around King Road. We've been trying to use those videos to garner new information.
Oh, the videos of the King Road, Queen Road intersection in the grub truck that you got from the Gonsalves family? Oh, those, yeah.
As you can imagine, there's
Right.
hours and hours and hours of videos, so it does take a lot of time.
It is. There is hours and hours because I showed you the drive with the real footage without a dash in the middle of it. And I showed you all the cameras that exist. They do have hours and hours and hours and hours of footage of a white or light colored vehicle, even in the PCA. Light colored vehicle. Even in the PCA, which is supposedly when they had the slam dunk.
Yeah, exactly.
Light colored vehicle? Okay, bro.
I want to talk a minute about safety. There's been a lot of speculation about what is the safety to the public right now, or the risk to the public right now. I would just like to add that we should always be vigilant. Certainly we should be vigilant now, but we should make
12/12, a month after the crime, and they're still saying the same vigilant fucking stay aware. What about the reason why they shouldn't worry, which was something that you were asked in the first press conference? What is the reason why you're telling the community that they shouldn't worry? And then get this answer.
now, or the risk to the public right now. I would just like to add that we should always be vigilant. Certainly we should be vigilant now, but we should make that a way of life for us. We should always be walking with our head up, sticking to lighted paths, and walking in groups if we can. And in addition, letting people know when you've arrived home.
But why? If the community has nothing to worry about, well, then why do they need to walk in groups? Why do they need to tell people where they're going? Why do they need to remain aware and vigilant? If the community has nothing to worry about,
Exactly.
why are you telling the community this information right here, especially on 12/12? You couldn't, out of all this, I still can't tell the community why there's no reason for them to think that there's a threat there? You still can't answer them how they're going to be safe? All you can do is say that you have extra security and extra patrol. It's dark as fuck. People can hide in trees, and people can hide amongst students. So you're gonna close off a freaking what? You're gonna close off the whole city, and you're gonna have a patrol on every street, and you're gonna be able to see who sneaks through fucking trees in dark ass blocks, because when you're driving around through here and you see how dark it is, it's not too hard to fucking hide.
No, not in that. It's black.
I'm gonna let it continue to drive a little bit too, and you can see how dark it is at night. Past the green car that was there before the demo. I can't wait for the inspiration that's about to come my way for a t-shirt. And the funny part is they themselves don't even know it. It's the beautiful thing of chess. You always know the moves after the move of others. Then he backpedals and says, stay vigilant. Am I gonna... Yeah, it's just taking a minute. I need StreamYard to do two things. I need them to allow us to go full screen, and I can go full screen on StreamYard. And plus, I need to be able to... If I'm going to play video files in StreamYard, I can't even skip... Like, when you try and skip a video ahead or something, It literally like skips minutes ahead, so you can't even do the fine-tuned skip. All right, this is as much as I'm going to zoom it in. Here, let me move it over to you. There. This is how dark it is at night. And that's with my headlights on in an SUV where I'm sitting up higher.
Yeah. Well, I know, back last in 2022, CJ, when before BK was arrested, and I was working night shift, and we were watching all of these videos on police cam and stuff. Remember us looking at a white car and the direction it was pulling out and how dark it was? Do you remember that? I remember us talking. We watched that one part of the video for a long time, and we just kept watching it and talking about how they got out of there and what direct, all kind of stuff. But the whole point is, look how dark. If you go back to some of those videos, we're all talking about how dark it is everywhere where the headlights aren't. Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yeah. Yeah, when I pulled into this spot, actually, let me show that, because that's when I was coming around and I went through Linda Lane. This is it right here. This is when I was coming around and I went through Linda Lane before I got to the, so there's Sigma Chi right there. You see Sigma Chi off to the right. I mean, it's crazy dark. You're going to see how dark it is. I'm going to enter the parking lot, and you guys are going to see how dark it is back there. Thank you for bringing that up, Silky, because it's a good view to show how really dark this parking lot is. When it comes to that green car, see how, like with this, you see how you're entering? Look, there's no room. And look, you're going to tell me that you're going to leave Queen Road Apartments going the opposite way that I'm going? Are you freaking nuts? Look, it doesn't go that way. This is what I'm saying. And you could watch fucking videos that recorded this a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
And you could know that this is a direction that everything goes. Now, what I didn't realize is when I went to the parking lot in the back, that's when I was like, oh shit. But I'm just going to pull up here. This is where Linda Lane was recorded, the footage that everybody's going through. One in the spot where the supposed SUV was parking. Now I'm going to back up, go along the side, and you guys are going to see how really dark it is. If you haven't seen before, how dark it is back there in that parking lot, because she brought up a good point when I was comparing the headlights and the non-headlights to that parking lot. It is a huge difference. Sorry, StreamYard's giving me like a low-ass signal symbol. Like it's not. So if the video might be skipping a little bit, I apologize. All right. There's that green card. Nothing wrong. See, they just pulled home. See? They just pulled in.
Yeah.
Like, they fucking live there, man. Look at this.
Yeah.
Look at the difference without. That's what I'm saying when I show you this picture right here. There ain't no damn lights back there. And that's what you're looking at. So imagine nobody's headlights on. Imagine their headlights not on. Imagine my headlights not on. And how dark that is.
Yeah.
The whole parking lot.
Like you caught, imagine that, CJ. You caught that nefarious green car actually pulling in to the parking spot. Wow. Amazing. There's your explosion.
Wow. I missed out on the footage of getting it going through the tunnel, though.
Yeah.
I wish I could have been there for that footage, because, man, can you imagine how I'd be more famous than David Copperfield.
Yeah, you would.
I would.
And you'd probably have a pet mountain lion now, too. See, you missed out.
Well, I tell you right now, I wouldn't have been on Jeffrey Epstein's list like David Copperfield was.
Oh, yeah. See, I haven't seen all of that. Who David Copperfield was? Oh, my God.
Yeah, that's just the name that popped in my head because I saw it.
Oh, okay.
I saw that when I was doing my work this morning. I saw David Copperfield. Oh, okay.
I'm shocked that Clinton was on there. I'm like, really? That shocks you?
Hey, who knows? They're probably turning into the Green Car Show, you know?
There you go.
Yeah, the Green Car Show. All right, let me get back. It is. Thank you for bringing that up, Sophie.
To Epstein. Look, that's what happened to Epstein. He went through the tunnel.
Probably.
Yeah.
They invited some other guy to help him get through it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, they invited a celly for like 2 hours. They invited a celly for 2 hours to help him get through the Mario Brothers tunnel.
Exactly. In a green car.
And then he wasn't a celly anymore because all of a sudden Epstein was gone.
Right.
Interesting. Interesting. We'll be having one of those Epstein shows coming up here in a few days. So
yeah, I'm gonna have an Epstein show probably today or tomorrow.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, shoot.
So anyway, yeah, on the article I found, well, not about the list because everybody's overdoing that, but something else. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, really, it's like before the list was even coming out, I was doing my prep work before the show a couple mornings ago when it was supposed to drop. And I saw some of the stuff that was coming out. And once I heard, before the live, once I heard that they were allowing people to demonstrate why their name shouldn't be released on the list. And at that point, I was like, what is the fucking list worth then?
Exactly.
Like what is you don't think the names that should be worried about protection, you don't think those names aren't going to be protected? You're out of your damn mind. So I was like, you know what, we're just going with the show. Fuck this list, because honestly, like, really, once I heard that in the morning before I started, I heard that when I was doing my prep, I heard that, I'm like, fuck that list. I'm not doing it. I already know when you give people an opportunity to demonstrate a reason why their name shouldn't be put on the list. Fuck that. What's the fucking list worth anymore? Ooh, a bunch of people that are gone already, or a bunch of people that are gonna, that we've already known about before, or a bunch of people that are just gonna say, I never went to the island, but I was on the jet. I mean, you know what I mean? Like,
we just had a spot of tea and we came right back.
Yeah, he is gross as shit. That's why. Yeah. Trust me, I got a lot of stuff I've been saving the last year since I started this talk show. I've been planning on having an episode for a long ass time, because when it comes to females out there that get victimized, and there's not a lot of shit that gets talked about it. When 60 Minutes Australia came out with the investigation, because they were the only ones. The U.S. wasn't talking about it. 60 Minutes Australia was the only one that was talking about it at first, because the United States media didn't want to cover it. And once the Australia 60 Minutes was covering it, shit was getting exposed to where the United States had no reason but not talk about it, because it was out there. And so that's one of the reasons why I've been saving so much, is because I came across that episode from 60 Minutes Australia from a couple years ago, and I was like, damn, I need to highlight this, because this right here is how it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes
Right.
to these females and being victims and you know, and like I'm gonna play just a couple more quick press conferences. Actually gonna keep the show a little shorter than I normally do, because I'd normally be going another hour and a half. I need to make this fucking phone call to the MPD, so I'm just gonna cover a couple more of these short press conferences here for the next 20 minutes or so, and then I'm gonna get to going and make a call. So let me see. This one was about Lanier. He was talking. This is 12-2 again. He was talking about the white car and, you know, the new information that they're getting.
There's been a lot of speculation about what is the safety to the public right now, or the risk to the public right now. I would just like to add that we should always be vigilant. Certainly we should be vigilant now, but we should make that a way of life for us. We should always be walking with our head up, sticking to lighted paths, and walking in groups if we can. And in addition, letting people know when you've arrived home.
Yeah,
you
I was just going to say why.
Prior arrangements. This is not an indication of a specific elevated risk, but something that we should be vigilant with just in our daily lives.
It's like the PCA when they state athletic but not muscular. Athletic but not muscular.
Yeah.
If you're athletic, do you not have fucking muscles?
I can call myself athletic but not muscular. Athletic but a little fluffy.
Okay. All right. I mean, okay. But
I mean, yeah, you're right though. You're right. It's ridiculous.
It's contradictions.
Yes.
The community is safe, but we're going to tell you to stay aware. Okay. All right, bro.
I want to let everybody know that we are still 100% committed to solving this crime. There's a lot of information to sort through, and the information keeps coming in. And not all of the information is relevant, but you don't know if a tip is valid until you take the time to examine that tip and see how it relates to other information that you might have. We have teams in Moscow, Salt Lake City, and in Virginia, as well as other locations across the country. And we're prepared to do interviews and follow up on information at any point, anywhere. The ISP...
Because you still didn't have shit, bro. That's why you had your tip line open until December 2023.
Exactly.
Ridiculous. Freaking... And if if you go there to rank up, where's all this shit on your uniform, you know? You got a little fucking and a couple. Like, where's it at?
And FBI investigators, along with the Moscow Police Department investigators, includes dozens of analysts, tip line operators, and others, and they're working around the clock 7 days a week to sort through the volumes of information. MPD has detectives, support personnel, and a communications team to try to keep everything together, but it is still a daunting task. The FBI, their investigators are ready at a moment's notice at any place in the country to go conduct an interview should the tips and leads take us there. And the Idaho State Police has, besides working on the investigation, had several uniformed troopers in the area to help with safety concerns around the city and on the University of Idaho campus. And just a quick reminder, please stick to official news releases for information. tracking down rumors and quelling rumors about specific individuals or
Like a green car.
specific events that may or may not have happened is a huge distraction for investigators, and oftentimes is the result of social media propagation. And it is very, very frustrating to investigators and hard to stay on track.
And it's very annoying for communities to keep having to fucking talk about how somebody's not suspicious when they weren't suspicious in the beginning. And you have what the fuck? They live there. I got plenty of fucking video. You know what I mean? Come on.
Right.
Finally, I just want to add that
what
we
is
do have a lot
suspicious
of
anymore?
information,
That
and
doesn't-
we are specifically keeping that information safe. We're not releasing specific details because we do not want to compromise this investigation. It's what we must do. We owe that to the families, and we owe that to the victims. We want more than just an arrest. We want a conviction. We owe that justice to Xana, Kaylee, Madison, and Ethan. And finally, I would just like to remind anybody with information, you can call the tip line at 208-883-7180. And that is directly to the tip line office in the FBI. There's been some frustration about having to wade through the tip line, but remember, this is not the only investigation in the country. So please be patient. We want that information. Anything could break this open for us. And then also the email tip line is tipline@ci.moscow.id.us. Thank you for your continued patience in this investigation.
Yeah. Nothing. Bunch of nothing.
Yeah.
Freaking joke. All right, so this is, we're going to go to 12. This one's going to be 1213. Let's see, where did I put, let's see that, all that organization. Come on. All right, this is 1213, Lanier again, and reflecting on the last month and where the investigation's headed. I bet you they say the same exact
system in
thing.
place.
And again, this is 12, what was it again? 1213, just the next day from what he just said the day before. Why do you feel the need to come out with another statement again?
Talk about the first time you heard about what happened. How did you react? What were your first steps as an investigator?
Yeah, well, it was hard. I got called at home. It was on a Sunday afternoon, and it took me a second. I really had to think about what I had just heard.
Damn, is this on full screen? Watch his eyes fucking just go from nothing. Wow, watch.
Talk about the first time you heard about.
You almost see like you almost see like when she's asking him that question, you know how like when people get nervous or uncomfortable, they get that flush of heat to their skin. You know what I'm saying? And it makes their neck red and it makes their cheek red. I didn't go to school for that either. It makes their neck red and it makes their cheek red, which gives them a sign that they're uncomfortable. Their blood pressure's rising, you know, things like that. Wow, right from the beginning when she starts asking, you can see the uncomfortable like rushing of that feeling without even being there.
Talk about
Right.
the first time
It
you
just
heard about what happened. How did you react?
look at the color
What
in
were
his
your first
skin.
steps
Just see
as
his
an
skin now.
Mhm.
The color
Yeah,
just
well, it was hard. I got
And that's
called at
it.
home. It
down
was on
here.
a Sunday afternoon, and
wow.
it took me a second. I really had to think about what I had just heard.
Damn.
4 murders in Moscow, Idaho is so out of character. And at the time, they were fairly certain it was college students and it was near the campus, and that area is kind of a campus community. So once I got over the initial shock, I knew that I was coming to the station. So I drove in, and everybody just kind of fell into a role. That was a all hands on deck moment Sunday afternoon. It became fairly apparent when I got to the scene that we were going to need resources outside of just what the Moscow Police Department could provide. And we have a very, very good working relationship with the Idaho State Police. We knew what their capabilities were, and so that was the first call that we made to have their investigative team come up and help us. process the scene. The scene wasn't chaos, the neighborhood, but it was very, very somber. Like I said, that is a community of college students that live over there. Many of them, through word of mouth, knew what had happened. They were standing outside. There was a lot of crying. There were friends trying to find out who exactly was inside the house. Some family members that arrived on scene. It was incredibly hard for the community, but it was also really, really hard on our officers, some of whom were very young, and that was the first real major
Inexperienced.
crime scene
Yeah,
that they had encountered. So
right.
emotionally, it was a very, very draining day.
They fucked it up.
But resources came, and then the first about 3 days was just an adjustment, trying to get resources in place and then get a system that worked for everybody. The FBI got involved almost immediately. And the FBI, the Idaho State Police, and the Moscow Police Department all have a little bit different way of doing things. And that's okay, but when you're working collectively, you have to put a system in place that starts information flowing and you can handle it in a logical manner. So fortunately, the FBI has some experience in those areas, and they were very, very good at helping us set up their virtual command post. And then once everything was in place, it became a very, very systematic method of processing the information that was coming in.
Can you sum up the last month in terms of the investigation?
Yeah, a lot of emotional highs and lows, but an incredible amount of teamwork. The general public doesn't have any idea the scope of this investigation, the number of people that are involved, not just here in Moscow, but investigative and interview teams in the northern part of Idaho, the southern part of Idaho, the eastern part of Idaho, resources from the Salt Lake City FBI office, the Coeur d'Alene FBI office, analysts back in Virginia, and the number of people that have flown here or driven here from great distances to just lend their specialty to this investigation. We have the FBI's command post in our parking lot, and we've hooked them up to Wi-Fi, and everything that they would normally do down in Salt Lake City, they're doing right here in our parking lot. So the team effort has been amazing. It's been overwhelming at times, but there are so many people with so much expertise. Somebody always steps up and takes the role that needs to be filled.
What role has speculation, rumors, and the conversations on social media play in the investigation?
Yeah, that has been by far the most frustrating part of this. We've always closely guarded the information.
And especially with these questions right here, when you're talking about one-on-one, you're not talking about a press conference where there's a bunch of reporters there. They don't know what they're being asked. But when I started talking a little bit ago, when we were getting into this, when we were starting to get, and that's what you kind of have to understand with some of these one-on-ones. They're Q&As, but some of these Q&As could easily, and this is how it goes in the journalism world, sometimes you have to, in order to get an interview, you need to give your questions first before you even get access for the interview. And that's just the way it is when it comes to journalism and what they're doing. So a lot of these I wouldn't be surprised, like you said, AG, they speak well when not confronted with live Q&As, and this is one of those situations where it is a Q&A, but it's not necessarily live because they probably already got the questions first. And so, I mean, hell, look at when he answers it. His body doesn't even fucking barely move when he goes to answer it. You know what I mean? He's not looking up. He's not looking over. He's not doing things that gives you a sign to make you think that you're thinking about the response that you're having to make to somebody's question, because that's how it works. You got to think about your response.
Right.
And he's not given that impression that he had to think at all. He's looking straight ahead, answers the question straight up right away. It's it was questions that were already explained that those were going to be asked. Yeah, it's all right there.
What role has speculation, rumors, and the conversations on social media play in the investigation?
Yeah, that has been by far the most frustrating part of this. we've always closely guarded the information that we've discovered at the scene and our investigative information, because we want to protect the integrity of this investigation. And just look at social media and the rumors that fly out there.
Green
a small
car.
piece of information that has speculation added
Green
to
car.
it just takes its own life on the internet and starts rumors. And then we find ourselves not only tracking those rumors down and trying to quell them, but also we see our tips that come in are geared more toward the rumor, not the facts that have been put out. And the really
and then CJ has to spend a fucking hour of his show just to show people even more that the green car's not suspicious, so that nothing happens to this fucking lady, you know?
Unfortunate part of it is the effect that it's had on the victims' families, on the college students and friends of the victims.
I gotta call them.
Some of whom have had death threats and constant harassment by various media outlets. So it's been devastating in some ways. In many ways, it just re-victimizes folks who have already suffered this terrible trauma.
Fucking ridiculous.
What is next for this investigation?
It's
Well, this
suspicious to
investigation
leave
is
your
not closed.
house.
We get tips every day that are viable. We get dozens and dozens of tips. We sort through them, we prioritize them, and for sure, some of them are not good tips. They're not even relevant to the case. But every single day, we get a good amount of viable tips, and those tips help us do everything from clear people who maybe there was some speculation about, to further some of the theories that we're working on. So
good, sir, because I'm going to be calling your department and clearing the lady that owns that green car from any fucking speculation. I hope they do make a couple passes at night every night for a while or something. I don't know. And I really hope the people that are putting shit out there about this green car being suspicious, I really hope they backtrack on their shit or take their shit down or something, because people, hell, you can come across the video. I got people coming across my video where Dot was on the show from last summer still leaving comments a couple days ago about how you should give Dot an opportunity to tell the story. Please, you know what I'm saying? Who knows?
Yeah.
6 months somebody could go across this video and go, I mean, hell, we got people on YouTube that are like, oh my gosh, did you see this? And it's like, dude, we covered this shit like December of 2022 and everybody else has. Like, they're coming out with new shit. Somebody's gonna come across this green car shit, even if it's old, and they're gonna be like, oh my gosh. You're gonna hear somebody come out 6 months from now and go, oh my gosh, did you guys see that green car behind the demo? That's dangerous. It's dangerous.
Yes, it is. Now she's gonna have to buy a new car.
Or maybe even move.
Yeah.
Because of a nutball. Who knows? Maybe she don't even know, because maybe she don't even know somebody's out there fucking in the community watching her or trying to see, what's this person in this green car gonna do? Where do they go? When do they go there? You know what I mean? Like, some sick fucking people out there. For anybody that doesn't know who Dot is, I've actually considered the last couple months doing a show where I replay the episode from the night that Dot was on, because there's a lot of people there. Same thing. That person manipulated that conversation into like some witness coming forward. You know, and it's like, dude, if you heard the whole conversation, then you wouldn't be saying that shit, and you probably wouldn't even made that video, because if you did hear the whole conversation, you would know that story's a bunch of horse shit, and CJ's not having it. You know, CJ's not having it, even though everybody else on the panel was egging into the questions, and you know, you got the other person on the panel feeding it. Oh my gosh, what took place? You know, feeding into it while I'm sitting there going, this is a bunch of bullshit. And then you got some other dude up there going, I'll protect you, Dot. I'll protect you, Dot. Just give me your email. Here's my email. Here's my information on my fucking panel. Putting his own shit out there, right? Putting his own shit out there. I'll protect you, Dot. I'll protect you, Dot. Like, oh my God, dude. the same motherfucker that thinks the white car from the gas station's floating on jacks. Silky, I don't know what the fuck's going on. I don't know what's coming to YouTube. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know. I really
I
don't.
don't get it.
Sometimes I'm just flabbergasted.
A car floating on jacks that's moving.
Well, hey,
I
you
don't
know,
get it. We'll show that picture later if anybody doesn't remember. We'll get into that tonight.
look,
Yeah,
that only happens when you come out the tunnel, CJ. We've already determined it's a portal. You can do it's amazing what you can do.
Yeah, hopefully I just spread the good energies, push the good energy. You see the parking lot here, you see the green car. We're all made of energy. We all transfer energy. Please transfer positive energy to this parking lot. Transfer positive energy to the lady that owns this green car. Please transfer positive energy to the Moscow PD in about 10 or 15 minutes and pass the energy that they'll drive by a couple times each night to make sure that there's no fucking people trying to stalk this person or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Like somebody. And please, if you guys are out there and you feel comfortable, please use some of my shit. You know what I'm saying? The more people that sit there and say that this car is not suspicious, the better it is for this lady, because she didn't do anything wrong. And the more people that are saying it's not suspicious helps the situation, because then people might not be as fucking interested to go fucking sleuth the green fucking car in real life,
Exactly.
especially back there in this dark ass parking lot where nobody can see shit. So that'll be the last press conference Q&A that we're going through in this episode. I'm gonna hop off here real quick, and I'm gonna end up calling them and just kind of letting them know I'm just a concerned citizen from another state, and I want to let them know that, just ask them politely, just out of common courtesy and for another human being, is I'm not saying go out of your way. I'm not asking you to go out of your way, but while you're driving by the area, can you just pull up here real quick?
Right.
Just make sure this lady's safe
Sure.
until people change their shit or they quit talk. I don't know. Like, I don't know. But it's not no fucking, oh, did you guys see this? I can't believe I saw this. It has nothing to do with that. When we talked about the car when I was on location, we talked about the car when I came back from my trip, and then the day that the demo happened, I even pointed it out on the day the demo happened, 101:53. So please do me a favor. This is the part that I mentioned falls apart like dust. Damn, that green car I always talked about that I parked next to, it's parking right there. So do me a favor. Put this shit out there. This shit needs to stop. This lady did nothing wrong, and I would hate for some harm or any kind of uncomfort to come her way because of somebody else's gain in their pants pocket. Okay, so I want to go ahead, Nina. Quick question, what's up? And we'll be back tonight. We'll be doing the Consalvus Key Interviews Part 3. What's up, Nina? And thank you to the community. I appreciate you caring as well. Please, anybody, put a tweet out there. The green car's not. Take a clip. Take a screenshot. I don't give a shit. Do whatever. Use my fucking show to fucking promote that this green car has nothing to freaking do with it. To show what I've been showing. The darkness, the parking lot, all of the different things when it comes to what the totality of the situation can be for reckless suspicious accusations about what's going on. 6:30 Central tonight, 7:30 Eastern is when we'll be back tonight. Did SG say that? Yeah, he said that. He said that a couple times. Oh, for sure. He said that they didn't have to. He said they didn't have to go upstairs. He didn't have to go up the stairs, is what he said. So it's all in how you interpret it on your own, Nina. He didn't have to go up the stairs. Yeah, that is a. Yeah, why did he say that? That's a great question. That's what I always wondered too. Yeah, the source. I think it's somebody that. This is just pure speculation. This is just pure speculation, but I think that their source is an officer that used to have relations with Kaylee. That's who I think the source is.
Could be.
So you take that as you will. But I think that's who the source is. So thank you so much, everybody, for hanging out. Appreciate you. Please send positive vibes in all directions, especially MPD, and please positive vibes. And we will be back later tonight. We'll be back tomorrow. We're going to be doing a special show tomorrow, replaying when we were doing the live when he was arrested in PA, and then also replaying the live when the PCA came out, just as a year to the date show for when the PCA dropped a year ago. So thank you so much. Appreciate you guys. Please, the green color has nothing to do with it. Thank you, Silky, for hanging out. Appreciate you. And
Y'all all stay out of tunnels, okay?
Yeah, especially the ones that green cars can go down, because those are pretty huge. And you saw Mario. If you saw that new movie that just came out, Mario didn't even have to be barely putting his arm in that pipe. It sucked him in real quick.
That's right. Stay out of the Mario tunnels. Stay out of green cars.
Yeah. Give it about stay back 3 feet and you should be good, okay? Stay back 3 feet.
Thanks for having me, CJ.
Oh, thank you, Silky. I appreciate you. See you guys later. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.